Ahem, ahem. Good morning. Hello, Mr. Dog.
Ah, I gotta get a better name, man. Or just change it to Pickles.
I always wondered about that. I mean, a pickled dog, it sounds so innocent when you first hear it, and then you start thinking about it and go, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Seems needlessly cruel.
It does, doesn't it? Maybe the family just really liked the dog and couldn't afford a taxidermist.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Also seems kind of awful, but okay. Well, let's turn on the camera and see what happens. Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I present to you the the case for tonight. It is, well, it's a case in Lamplight City, which is the game that we're going to play. I am joined today by my friend, the dog of Pickles. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
He is here, yes. And we still haven't quite figured out what a pickled dog... Well, actually, I know what a pickled dog is. It's just, how did it get there? And I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy the answer. Summer in the chat asks, shall the artist be joining us today? I don't know. It's kind of his prerogative, I feel. He has not given any indication that he would. However, it's he didn't give any indication that he would the previous two times. So maybe he'll join us. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Maybe he'll be scared off by the impossibly loud shirt that I'm wearing, which frankly is a bit much. I know. The artist. Lucy asks, what artist? Well, the running joke. Maybe I should explain this running joke about Francisco being an artist, because it really sounds weird, doesn't it? The short explanation, I feel, is that Gareth, my co-host at Backseat Designers, at one point asked Francisco, and I'm not exactly sure what went through his head when he asked this, but he asked, so Francisco, are you an artist? And I think he meant it as a very innocuous question, sort of, do you do art for your games and such? But it just came off as, so do you consider yourself a true artist or not? Because you have to realize Gareth is very, very British. So from that point on, Fred just absolutely lost it, and we all just started laughing at it. And now, whenever Francisco is on, we always say, oh, here comes the artist. Yes, he is a true artist, isn't he? Yes. So that's really all it is. Actually, that sounds dull now that I explain it, doesn't it? That was not your computer. That is Mr. Dog, who wants to connect to my Parseki thing. And indeed, there he goes. Yes, you should now be seeing my screen. And I shall click play. Actually, maybe I should tag the artist just to see if he'll join us today. I'm going to tag him in the secret backer chatty thing. Stream's starting now. If you're up for it, dog. No, dog. That's too much. Yeah. I'm just going to leave a smiley. Everyone loves a smiley. The dog. Yeah. Okay, well, bit of housekeeping to get out of the way. First of all, what was that noise? What's the secret backer chat? I know you're all asking that. Of course you are. Anyway, I do have a Discord. I should probably leave a link to that. It's coming right here in the chat. There's a link to my Discord. It is a fun place. I quite enjoy it anyway. It's populated by some very interesting people, and they all have very sick sense of humor. So if you enjoy my streams, you will definitely enjoy the mood over there. Oh shit, Fred's in the chat. Yeah, now, okay, I missed a little bit of the explanation. Gareth didn't actually really know who Francisco was at the time. Well, you have to remember, this was years and years ago, and I think Francisco was on for the second time on Backseat Designers. I think the first time he was on our game show, Open Crowdsource, which is not a game show. And the second time we had him on as just a guest on the podcast. And, long story short. Anyway, the whole thing, I was... Component says, what's up, you sexy Swede? Yeah, Fred's Danish. But okay, never mind. Anyway, point is, I've got a Discord. you'll love it. If you go to my Patreon at patreon.com/SpaceQuestHistorian and throw some numbers at it, those numbers usually have a monetary sign next to it, you will also get access to some secret channels. In those secret channels is a secret voice channel, and if you join the secret voice channel when I stream, well, your voice will be carried through the airwaves and onto the stream itself, which is what Pickle Dog is doing right now, and which Gemini Does Games has done for the past many streams, and even Francisco. Although technically Francisco didn't give me any money, I gave him money and then made him an honorary patron, which just violates every rule there is. Really. So that's kind of awful, but I it's his game. So I feel okay about making that exception. Just for this. Anyway, other bit of housekeeping is that next Saturday is a big event. That would be October 13th, if memory does not fail me. It is, says the calendar, October 13th is Scott Murphy's birthday. Did I say that right? That did not... No, birth. You have to put the tongue between the teeth. Birthday. It is his birthday. And as you probably know, Scott Murphy recently underwent surgery. He didn't just go to a surgery for some unfathomable reason. He actually went to have surgery, and it was surgery for prostate cancer. So that was a bitch. And of course, him being American, that means he's now massively in debt. Now, luckily, people have already flocked to the GoFundMe that has been raised, or that has been created in his name, I guess, by Chris Pope, the executive producer over at Space Venture, and Mark Crow, the other guy from Andromeda. And people have been very generous about that, and I am totally late to do anything sort of useful for it, but I'm going to do it anyway because it just felt like the right coincidence to have... And here it comes, a live charity stream on the man's birthday. Not sure he's going to be enjoying that. In fact, I highly doubt it. But in honor of both his birthday, the happy occasion, and the less happy occasion that he had surgery for prostate cancer, I'm going to be doing a charity stream, and I'm going to be playing Space Quest arcade sequences with friends. Or just anyone who wants to play, really. We have a limited number of slots open, but we are, in fact, turning this into a whole Space Quest Olympics. There will be a number of events that we will compete in, and I will leave a link to whatever the hell I'm talking about in the chat right now, so you don't have to listen to me talk about it. It is called the Space Quest Olympics 2018, and yes, Lucy, technically the Root Monster is an arcade sequence, at least the way we do it. It's an arcade maze kind of thing. Touch the walls, you die. I mean, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? So anyway, combo number 8 says, I want to play with you, and play with me you can. You just have to send me an email, really, at contact@spacequesthistorian.com, and just say you want in, and you have to send me your Discord username, because we will be doing this in a Discord DM. So we can all screen share, so I can capture your game windows, so we can actually see what you guys are doing as the events unfold. So that's what's going to be happening on Saturday at 9 p.m. CEST. And before that, the hour before that at 8 p.m. CEST, I will be joining my friend Joe Mastriani of the Upper Memory Block in one of his rare Upper Memory Block hangouts. So it's going to be like 45 minutes of me chatting with the friends over at the Upper Memory Block podcast, and then quickly switching over and doing the Space Quest Olympics. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day, isn't it? So anyway, that should be enough rambling pre-show. It is now 15 minutes since I started streaming. I should probably just hit play and actually get in to the game itself. Here we go. Combat and wait, can we play with your wife too? You know what? I know exactly what you are going for, and I shall rise above the implication and just say my wife will not be participating in the Space Quest Olympics. Also, I will be outside your apartment later this evening. Sleep with one eye open. Anyway, let's get in. We are drunk off the ass. Oh, good. I vaguely remember this. Yeah. Yes. We finished the case, and then we got drunk, and we insulted the bartender, and we should. Now we're heading home, but there's a shadowy figure. In fact, he is labeled shadowy figure outside our door. The way home, maybe? Well, it's outside a door, I guess. Can I go back? Can I go in the alley? Can I just walk around this dude? No. Hey, Pickled. Should we just try and walk past him?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Maybe he has nothing interesting to say at all.
Excuse me, sir. Could you spare a shilling?
No, we're just passing. No, why don't you get a job instead of pecking on the street? We are, by the way, if you're just joining us, we are trying to fuck up this game on purpose because Francisco made this game specifically so that you can fuck everything up and it will still carry on to the end credits. There's no dying or whatever. So we are trying to fuck everything up, and that is why I am picking the absolute worst of the worst.
You should really get a job. It's much better than begging on the streets.
I was a bit more polite.
Your job doesn't strike me as being very fulfilling.
I beg your pardon?
Just look at yourself. I may be a beggar, but even I feel sorry for you.
Oh, is your job standing in people's doorways acting all intimidating? Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, his voice actually does sound very familiar. He's the shithead who threw our partner off the roof after we shot him in the nats. And by that I mean we shot our partner in the nats. None of these sound very antagonistic. Except the first one kind of seems dim-witted, so I might go for that one. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Yes, that's right. I'm your biggest failure.
Oh, no, wait, I have many of those. Are we ranking?
You're not completely stupid.
Well, the jury is out on that one.
Watching me is going to make things better?
Oh, he's a hallucination, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Maybe not, but at least I'll have some closure. Or it has to. I can't continue. This one seems selfish. I can't continue like this. Yeah.
It has to. It just does. I can't go on like this.
That's true.
What's up?
Hello, Gemini. Welcome.
Let's say you do find me.
I was
Grand chase.
worried you wouldn't show up for this.
What do you do the next morning?
Yeah, sorry, I was watching
Still a
Doctor
dead
Who.
partner, no real
well,
job.
You don't have to stop watching on my
Keeping
account.
things
Nothing
together.
interesting will happen here, I'm
Even
sure.
if you solve
Well, I kinda do since the show's over now.
100
Oh,
cases,
okay.
It won't
Fine.
leave that empty feeling.
By the way, we're being accosted by a shadowy figure from our past.
You've got Miles.
Ooh.
Once I'm gone, there'll be nothing left.
Ah, that was Gemini
Just admit it.
attempting to connect to my computer, and I shall indeed let him.
You don't want to find me. Not really.
Why does he sound like he's having a stroke?
Bad dreams?
It was all a dream.
You could say that.
Does his wife sleep in the same bed? I've never actually... Or she just gets up early.
Ed, how many drinks did I have last night?
You're asking the wrong person.
Well, I mean, there's 3
I was
pillows,
out after
so...
the first one.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day when
5, actually.
quiet.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, the little ones don't
let's
count.
not make a habit out of it, all right?
And everyone is wishing Frederick the very best with his procreational habits, which, of course, he has succeeded in. Round of applause for our very fertile friend, Frederick Olsen of the Backseat Designers. I will absolutely, I'm enthralled, obviously, and I will, of course, assure you that neither Gareth nor myself is the father. Anyway, moving hastily on. Leaving. Hello, dear.
You're up at last.
Yeah. You've reread this book 5 times while I was
Matter,
asleep,
Eddie?
haven't you?
Oh, I see. You don't remember last night, do you? I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Oh, he's a tosser and turner when he's drunk, isn't he? Yeah. I'm like that as well. It is quite horrible. If you're trying to sleep in the same bed as someone else, oh, they don't get a wink's sleep? That's not the phrase? Shut up, it's late. Oh, sounds like I'm in trouble. He's not entirely sober yet. What do you think? Which one is the most douchey?
Yeah, this is looking kind of like a no-fail
Yeah.
question.
But
they all they all sound more or less the same.
yeah, I think they did. I think the last one is more of a yeah, I do stupid shit, but you love me, don't you? Yeah, let's do that.
Whatever may have happened, I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Oh, I thought he was gonna do that more sarcastic,
Forgive
like.
us, Miles. You don't even know what you're apologizing for.
Oh no, I
Bad?
don't. No, I don't.
What exactly did I do?
It was nearly 2 when you burst in here, soused to the eyeballs from God knows where. I imagine you've probably forgotten that too.
No, my headache is
Something
reminding me
about
right now.
Peace and quiet, and then proceeded to relieve yourself on my beguiles before stumbling.
Nice.
Oh!
I salute you, O Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
God, how embarrassing. I'm so sorry.
I've once done that in a kitty litter box,
I
but
don't
to be
either.
fair, it was
I've never
on the
seen
living
you
room
in such
floor.
a state, and I pray that I never will again.
Oh, well, you know what? I've just discovered something grand. First of all, this one thing I haven't been telling you, I hear the voice of my dead partner in my head, like, constantly. 2, turns out he shuts up when I drink, so... honey, I have a new hobby, is what I'm trying to tell you. This won't... I bit off more than I can chew. It won't happen again. Pinky swear. Yeah, yeah, let's do that
I
one.
just bit off more than I could chew last night. I promise you, it won't happen again.
What possessed you to go out and get so drunk anyway?
I decided
my
to
partner's
stop taking
ghost.
soporific. It's interfering with my ability to
Literal
focus
position.
on cases. I thought
Frederick says if you want to fail, keep
to
groveling.
sleep, and I got a bit carried away.
We might have failed failing.
Well, I'm at least glad you've stopped taking that terrible medicine. But
It
trading
wasn't
for
terrible, it was
this
fun.
better really be a one-time occurrence.
It wasn't.
Anyway, you got another message from Upton.
It is. Don't worry. I've moved on to
Feeling
weed.
fit for the work.
There are plenty more drugs to try out. I've heard opium is really fun. What else were people doing back then in ye olden steamy times? Opium is the only one that really comes to mind. Huffing mercury? I don't know. Do you actually... can you huff mercury? You just rub it on your skin and... Sounds awful. Oh yeah, message. Have we seen the last of the giraffe? Yes, I'm sorry, we probably have seen the last of the penis raff. Or the dick raff, as it was. Johnny got a notification that I was streaming 20... or that I streamed and it started 20 minutes ago. Sorry about that. Anyway, Fordham. A new case has come... No, wait. No. No. Pickle Dog. Since you're joining us, and we haven't heard your lovely voice read stuff aloud for a very, very long time, would you care, sir, as a courtesy to me?
I shall. Fordham, a new case has come in, but the police are already investigating. Details have made their way into the newspaper. I won't be able to meet you at Raven, so here are the details. The deceased is Desiree Lathan. Her apartment is at 840 Right and I have no voice composure this morning.
No, but that's absolutely... I mean, those are some really weird names, Desiree Lathan, and I love the fact that it's the right way. When we are in fact trying to head the wrong way, but still, okay.
And Upton's voice has gotten way deeper since I last heard it.
But somehow way more distinguished.
She must have been chain smoking this past week.
Huh.
What does Upton say this time?
That she can't meet me, and that I the scene of the crime.
The artist
Wonder if that
is in the chat,
police have started to
having
suspect
lunch,
that
and
she's
will
dealing with
join.
these cases.
She also says news of this
Yay.
case has been made public. The police are already investigating.
Oh, we are competing with the police
Yes, there's
this
something about
time.
her in today's paper. I didn't read the article.
As opposed to the
Where's
last
the crime
times.
scene?
Well, the last time we were sort of getting the scraps and the leftovers from the police, the
Sure
stuff
you're
they
feeling
wouldn't
up to this
investigate or
today?
didn't have time to.
Exercise will get me back to normal in no time.
Okay, well, let's just check how badly we did last time. Pretty badly. Harry's baby's still missing. I love that.
Slow news day.
Oh, that is so good. We just went in and went, sorry, case is unsolvable. It's amazing this woman is still giving us cases.
Quite the investigation. I should probably get a move on before the police ruin the crime scene any more than they already have.
Good luck, Miles.
Cheerio.
And stay away from the bars, would you?
Can't make that promise. Apparently we were supposed to read something else in the newspaper as well. Gascon Grand Dame found burnt to death. Interesting, but probably not. The case, third mysterious murder has police on edge. Has it really? Is his name Reginald Smelling? God,
Smelling.
I hope it is Smelling. Okay. We have no indication whatsoever that these recent murders are in any way linked. In any case, detectives are working their asses off to make sure the killer or killers are found and brought to justice. We just have no fucking clue, is what he said. The Gazette has learned that the latest victim is Ennis Bowditch? A construction... Oh, is that the dude outside the factory with the sign and shit? No, his name wasn't Ennis, was it? Oh well, police were called to his house, or home, where they found him with a single gunshot wound to the head, despite Chief Smelling's claims to the contrary. No, it says Smelling. Yes, the previous two victims have always been men. My reading is really terrible tonight. The two victims have always been men in trouble who have been killed in exactly the same manner. The Gazette will continue coverage of this story as more details emerge, somehow magically. And something Prime Minister gives a shit. Okay.
Well, we're on it. They won't.
Not if we're on it.
Shouldn't be gone too long.
Take care of yourself out there.
Johnny says that sounds like a sensational journalist. Yes. This is a genius. The word I'm looking for is genius icon. Right way, and it's just a pile of smelly manure. It might be ash.
Yeah.
Looks as though we've arrived fashionably late.
Excuse me, sir, but this is an active crime scene. We can't allow members of the public.
Oh, this isn't just any member of the public, Kane.
It is a terrible member.
He used to be one of us until he killed his partner.
He sort of begged for it.
Officer Parsons is on the scene. It's a shock the apartment isn't in a shambles.
Good day
He's
to you
drunk.
too,
I can smell it
officers.
from here.
Fordham? What are you doing here?
I don't know.
Oh dear, this is embarrassing. We're wearing the same coat.
Smelling. What a pleasure.
Oh, I love it. The
Snelling now.
Chief
Fordham?
Smelling,
I don't expect you
yes.
follow the workings of the department much these days, but
He's got a clothespin perched upon his nose, so he
The
sounds
power hasn't
even
gone to his
more
head.
My
snotty.
apologies, Chief Snelling.
you haven't answered my question. What in blazes are you doing here?
Funny you should say that. I am looking for a nice blazer. Do you happen to have... Oh, I see you wore mine. Well, I just dropped in to say hello. I figured investigating the crime would actually give it a chance of being solved.
Auburn.
Oh, that is glorious.
I'm leaning towards that one. Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. I'm doing it.
You want this crime solved, don't you? I'm conducting my own query. I could be an asset to
Oh
your
man, he
investigation.
rephrased it.
Yeah, he rephrased it.
This
Damn.
is an active crime scene, Fordham. Leave the premises immediately.
Ah, but first, can I tickle your mustache? Admit it, Smelling. You need my help. If we work together, we can solve it. You can try and keep it away, but I'm not giving up. Nah. Admit the admitted one is just a verbal kick in the nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Snelling. You can use my help on this.
I see your resignation hasn't done much to curb your arrogance. We don't need
Neither my enthusiasm.
not even from former detectives. Parsons, I'm going back to the station. I want you to report the minute you're done here. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Also, pat this man down.
Get any funny ideas for them. If you so much as
While you're at it, search him.
on anything, you're arrested for tampering with a crime scene. Do I make myself clear?
If Francisco was an absolute sadist, the second he said that, one of those little meters would show up in the GUI. One of those Mario's underwater kind of meters of just him holding his breath and it slowly ticking down. If you breathe on anything and then you have like 2 minutes to search the crime scene, or he just keels over of asphyxiation. Well, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, dude.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Your impudence is going to catch up with you one of these days, Fordham.
Yeah, well, not today, snotty McSmelly pants. Now piss off, you. Good day.
I suppose it's reassuring that even
love
in
it. We
this
made him a
crazy,
total
ever-changing world, you can always count on Snelling to be a complete ass.
You heard the chief. No snooping around. The sooner you get out of here, the better for all of us.
I'm sorry, the stuffed bear is talking to us. How do we cope with this? Oh, coat rack. Oh, coat. Oh, I was...
To hand it to her, Miss Lathan certainly had a unique taste in fashion. I bet you could see her coming a mile away.
Yeah, especially since it glows in the dark. Letter. But we can't look...
Radioactive.
Yeah.
Invitation to the Gascon Grand Dame's Ball. It seems it was held 2 nights ago at the Gascon Supper Club. Might be worth looking into, seeing as it's our only lead right now.
Yeah, because we kind of fucked it up with Detective Smelling, right? Ah, Frederick is going off to hug his wife. Yes, you do that, son. I do my wife hugging before streams. That's how you play it, ladies and gentlemen. You spend the entire Sunday hugging and watching stuff and just having a good old cuddle, and then you bid her good night. Then you go in and play games with your friends. Then you get to bed way too late. Just pro relationship tips there. If I could speak, you would actually be impressed.
Judging by these books, Miss Lathan was quite the fan of poetry.
That'll come in handy somehow.
No title. I doubt it's a diary. People rarely leave those things laying out in the open.
It is a directory of people she owes money and wants to kill. Oh, Officer Kane, please tell me that the dude over here is named Officer... No, damn it. Thought we were gonna go with a theme here.
Hoping for Abel?
Begging your
Yeah.
pardon, officer.
Yes, what is it, sir?
Although he seems rather unable, doesn't he? Well, tell me about yourself, handsome.
How long have you been on the force, officer?
2 months, sir.
And how's it treating you so far?
This is where I was meant to be.
That's good to hear.
Now,
Since
just
mentioned you used to be
curb your breathing. You're not supposed to breathe on anything here, remember?
15 years. It wasn't always easy, but I loved every minute of it.
Parsons goes on about how he's got his eye on becoming a detective, but I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Is that right?
Yes, he's up for review. I think he's trying to impress Snelling to improve his chances.
Kissing up, eh?
Detective? Now I've heard it all. As if he needed more of a reason to be Snelling's lapdog.
Well, let's just cover the bases here.
Do you enjoy working with Officer Parsons?
I don't like to talk about my colleagues, sir. Especially when they're standing right over there.
Oh, I get it. We shall retire to the boudoir and remove our clothes and then talk about it. Yes. I don't know where that came from. Sorry, I've had a weird night's sleep. Must be all the booze.
Is there anything you can tell me about Desiree Lathan?
I'm afraid not. You don't have clearance in this investigation.
And there's nothing I can say to convince you otherwise?
My superiors would be very upset if they knew I was breaking the rules. I'm sorry.
Isn't that reason
The
enough?
reason in this instance is if they knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Find a way to get Parsons out of here. Maybe we should visit Upton at the station.
Thank you, Mr. Hint System. Alright, let's just ask about the smelly guy.
What was Chief Snelling doing here?
Nothing more than a routine inspection of the crime scene.
My god, it's a crime scene. What the hell was the chief investigator doing
Police
here?
only goes
I
to
wonder.
exclude high-profile crime scenes.
I couldn't possibly comment on that, sir.
Thanks for your time, officer.
Not at this
Not a
moment, no. Does anyone want to kick mutton chops here in the proverbial teeth, or should we just skedaddle? I'm
I
gonna...
want to kick him in the actual teeth.
Okay. Let's see if it gives us the
Excuse me,
option.
Officer Parsons.
I'm going to move uncomfortably close to you.
Chief doesn't want you here, and neither do I. You aren't on the force anymore, so you've got to respect the rules, just like every other citizen.
He'd be respected.
That is
by
not his
fists if
natural
I were
voice.
alive.
He's just
Believe me.
he's just doing that Tex
I'm not
Murphy
trying
thing
to
to make
cause
his
any
voice
trouble.
deeper.
Just wanna
Get
ask
out of
a
here.
question.
I don't want you around.
If it will get you to leave faster.
Oh, I thought for a minute it was going to go into a like a Quest for Glory combat style thing. Shit, there's a lot. Okay, what do you know about...
What can you tell me about Desiree Lathan?
Nothing.
Because you don't know?
No, because I'm not going to betray Chief Snelling's orders and divulge that information to the public.
Come on, Parsons, you know me. What harm would it do to tell me just a little bit?
Do I have to state the obvious?
Yes.
If it were up to me, you'd be in jail for murdering an officer.
I wouldn't make such claims without knowing the facts, Parsons. It could get you in serious trouble. It'd be a real tragedy to see your career cut short and you back in the workhouse polishing airship rivets.
You don't scare me, Fordham.
You
Rest
should be
assured,
scared.
The feeling is mutual.
Why don't you two kiss already?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, actually, Vocabra in the chat says, kiss the officer, solve the problem. Main question, are you cosplaying Benjamin Franklin?
I hear you're
He
looking
does
to
your
become a
eyebrows.
detective, is that right?
He does.
Yes, that's right. Shouldn't be a difficult bar to clear, given the caliber of some former detectives.
The process isn't easy, you know. You have to prove you're the best of the best.
Don't think I'm not aware of that, Fordham.
Also, you have to defeat me in a drinking contest.
Isn't going to do you any favors.
I know that. First chance I get to shake this grunt detail for a shot at some real investigation, I'm all over it.
Parsons' eagerness might be something we can use to our advantage.
So if we get him called away to something fierce and provocative, we have the run of this fucking place.
Have you made much progress on this investigation?
By standing here in the
You recommend
corner.
me the first time, Fordham? Drop it before I have to arrest you for interfering with a police investigation.
Stay hydrated, everyone. So, tell me about yourself. How did you get those piercing dog eyes?
You're looking well these days, Parsons. What's your secret?
Secret? I don't know. Maybe something about getting a good night's sleep without blood on my hands?
Oh, can we kick him in the teeth already?
Why was Chief Snelling here anyway?
He's the chief of police, and this is an official investigation. It doesn't take a grand leap of logic.
Now, I know that the gating on the voice covers it up, but he's actually going
Your point?
Does
in
that
between
mean
lines.
The crime scene is, in fact, of great importance?
You're the investigator, Fordham. I'll leave you to work that one out.
Hello, Red Star in the chat. Good to see you. Will you be offering advice? Will you be... Actually, what would be funny is if you would contemplate what would Tex Murphy do in this situation, and then we will do, well, the exact opposite, obviously, because this is not a Tex Murphy game.
How long has Officer Kane been on the force?
I'm not one to gossip, Fordham.
That's only the second most hypocritical thing I've heard today.
Ask him yourself if you're so interested.
I wasn't
All I
really.
wanted to know.
Bye.
Good.
Okay, let's go and get this asshole called off somewhere. That would be... Is she at the police station? I think she might be. Yes.
I didn't
Hello.
imagine we'd be coming back here in this lifetime.
Fordham, have you solved the case already?
Yes! Weird mutton chops too.
I haven't even...
Well, I'm here if you need anything. Just be sure not to let Snelling see you.
Is he back yet?
He just comes in 5 minutes after he received the call going, yes, it is unsolvable.
So you shouldn't have to worry too much.
Good to know.
That's brilliant. we were actually watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine before I went up here and played this. That's a joke that would play right into that series. Sorry, that's not funny.
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
I'm being watched by the weird Nazi over in the corner there. Oh, Officer Parsons.
I'm having some trouble with Officer Parsons.
You and everyone else who's ever met him. What's the problem?
I want him to fuck off.
From the Lathan crime scene.
Of course. He's one of the most loyal to Snelling.
Any suggestions for how I might get him away so I can look
Summer's singing Upton Girl.
There are several reported crimes that haven't been assigned yet, and Parsons is itching to prove his investigative chops. He'd probably abandon his post for a good enough lead and a chance to impress Snelling.
He would he?
Oh, good. You impress me.
Well, that's kind of what we figured, wasn't it? We wanted her to
Upton's her
call...
first name?
I guess? Is that not a common first name? I didn't think it would be anything.
It just sounds like a last name.
It does, doesn't it? But, no, wait. She signs her letters C. Upton.
Hello,
Oh, yeah, she
children.
does.
What is going on here?
Hello, Mr. Gonzalez. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Plymouth. Good evening, Mr. Gemini, and good evening, Mr. Pickled Dog.
He used your full name.
Means he's in trouble.
Yes. we were just asking, or really pontificating if Upton is a common name and if it's her surname or first name. She signs all her letters C. Upton, but maybe that's just because she enjoys the pun of her name being Cupton.
No, her first name is Constance. Constance Upton.
Fucking called it!
Connie Upton.
Connie.
Yeah, Upton is not a super common, but it's not an uncommon surname.
Now, wouldn't
Where the hell did Oh Good come from?
What's that?
He just called her Upton Oh Good earlier.
Yeah, that's his little nickname. That's his little nickname.
Up to no good.
See? Did you just get it when you said it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Now, see, what I want to know is her address somewhere downtown? So it's Upton lives downtown? No? Dang.
I had a little, they were gonna have like a little interplay between them where he called her Upton No Good and she called him Can Afford 'em, but it didn't quite, the Can Afford 'em didn't really work. But I did keep the Upton No Good.
Yeah. I like that one. Well, let's distract some jerk faces with mutton chops. There are a lot of mutton chops to go around here.
I should probably sign into
Have you
Parsec
been
so
able
I
to
can
find
see
any
what's
leads on
happening
Bill's
in real
death?
time, but I have to remember to turn
Not
the
yet,
volume
no.
down.
Yeah,
I've been
kill
looking,
it.
but I haven't been
It's
able to
gonna
find anything
be
either.
terrible.
There has to be a connection somewhere. Criminals
think
don't usually just fall off the
My
map.
volume mixer should still have the settings from last time.
Actually, yeah, your Windows volume mixer should retain its settings. It does that with your game here, for instance, which I have turned down slightly so we can hear all your lovely voices. And I am connecting Mr. Slav. Wait, sorry, what? Oh, Vocabra says I should repeat the sudden find. If you remove one letter from Grundislav, you get an ancient Slavic family name that would mean glory of breasts. No reaction, not a single one. Okay. Interesting. Anyway, let's
Have a moment to...
If they find out,
Oh
I'll
shit.
still be
I just thought she'd get into her, let's see what I can help you with, and we'd go, how to distract Mr. Pissface. Actually, he's not much of a pissface, is he?
Hello? There we
like-
go.
Hey, hello.
Parsec killed my my microphone.
Oh.
As it likes to do.
So
they're... Yeah, actually, Grundislav, the actual old Germanic name is Gundislav, which means war elf.
War elf.
Yeah, I pride myself on the fact that I can be considered a war elf. So I'm short. And I'll punch you.
I wasn't going to be the first one to say it, but... Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like inordinately short, but...
Surely a war elf would be a dwarf.
Maybe.
Is that the distinction?
Agreed.
Is that really the distinction?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Hey.
How about getting
Anyway.
Parsons away from the crime scene?
All
I'm
right,
just spouting
these are
random
the,
words.
As of yet, unassigned crimes. The body
I'm
of a
solving
young man was found
puzzles.
in the Hodgman River by the Gascon docks.
Now,
this
Trolls, how
morning.
badly do you want
A
to
woman
mess up
named
this case?
Chumley
Because it's
reported
actually
hearing a
quite
single
possible to
gunshot in her
close off
neighbor's
the lead
apartment last night.
very early on.
There was a deadly
I
explosion at a
pissed off
factory in this
Detective
factory in
Smelling
Sabotage.
as quickly as I could.
And that's it for right now.
Detective
Any of
Smelling.
those strike your fancy?
Did that really not strike you when you were writing his character?
No, it did.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he is a smelly face. He's a poo-poo head.
Sure, he always... Yeah. Well, your attitude towards him doesn't really have any bearing on things, but...
Dang. I
There's
really
a way
tried my
to-
best.
Yeah, if you piss off Adelaide right at the beginning, you close off a lead, but I feel like we should pursue that lead to a certain point because you have to see your... Both you and Gareth have cameos in this case as paintings.
Ooh.
So I feel it's important to see those.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to... Do you want to declare this case unsolvable?
Well, that is, of course, the benchmark to which we strive, so...
Right. Because I will warn you, if you declare this case unsolvable, that makes 2. And if you declare 2 cases unsolvable, you will actually get the premature sad ending and not be able to solve case 5. So, if you really want to commit, and you really want to go for the gold of failure, the gold standard of failure, you can declare this case unsolvable and maybe even case 4 as well, and just go full terrible ending.
Oh, is that the most...
end your stream that way. That's like the most you can fuck up, yeah.
Okay, so basically you can lock off an entire case by being
Correct.
awful. Wow.
Yeah.
That... I did not even think that you would go that far, but you did.
I did.
And I commend you for that. That is absolutely brilliant. That is the game's way of just putting both hands in its face and going, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you this awful?" And just going, "I'm not playing with you anymore. Go away. Game over. Roll credits."
Exactly. And then that way your audience, and you too for that matter, can go back and play it on your own time and say, "Oh, look, I can do it the right way."
Actually, yes, I'm going to be playing this with my wife, and I'm going to let my wife make all the important decisions, because then we might actually get somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah, that's how we play Unavowed. How did I mess that up? Unavowed. You know, Dave Gilbert really fucked us second languagers in the ass with that title, I have to say. It is. Because the most difficult thing for at least someone from Sweden or whatever will have to correct me if I mischaracterize you here, but at least for Danish people, the two letters that fuck us up with English is the V and the W.
Oh, right.
Absolutely.
Because you'd have to say, like, unawowed.
Yes, you would not believe how many Danish people call the antagonist in the Star Wars trilogy Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
I believe it.
There's a lot. Well, gunshot. By the way, we were sort of snotty to our wife at the start because we thought that would fuck things up. But then Frederick was actually in the chat earlier and said that if we really wanted to fuck up, we would grovel. Just grovel.
Yeah, if you compliment her too much, she gets pissed at you.
Ooh. Well, might have
which led to one of my favorite comments, which was, "This game punishes you for being nice man."
I am nice guy. Why women not date me? This game sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, body at the docks, report a gunshot, or factory explosion. Which one do you think Mutton Chops McToiletface would be most interested in? Grundislav, you don't have to answer that one. I'm actually want to see.
I'm not going to.
I would say factory explosion.
Me too.
Factory explosion? Right, I'm gonna go with that.
Give me the details about the factory explosion.
The owner of the Hawkins Steelworks reported an explosion at his factory that killed 2 of his workers. He says he's been getting several threatening letters about his current
Weren't
project.
they all just caught up in protests?
Someone has
no, wait.
sabotaged the operation.
No. Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry.
likely the Redites. Do you think Parsons will be interested?
Maybe. Yeah, let's go with that one.
Sounds good. Let's go with that one.
All right, I'll send out the report.
Because Redites, big threat, and he's gonna be all over that. Yeah.
That's it.
Better.
Off we scoot. An olfactory explosion? Yeah, Johnny, just praise yourself lucky that you're watching this in the comfort of your own home and not inside this fortress of mine, where there are bright lights and a lot of farts.
An olfactory explosion. That's why Chief Smelling is on the case.
Yeah!
Take the bait. He must not have considered that case enough to prove himself to Snelling.
Oh, screw. Oh, is this going to be one of those where I go back and forth? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Gunshot. I'm going to bank on gunshot this time.
Got a moment?
Yeah.
Basically, this is not even a puzzle if you can just go back and go, let's
Nothing worse
take
than a
something,
picky
pick something else.
All right, these are any.
Alright, gunshot.
Let's hear about the gunshot.
Ethel, she's been. Do you think?
Who gives a shit?
You're not even in it.
No. Don't care. I mean, this is what I would, as a backseat designer, not an actual designer, this is what I would refer to as more of a cock block than an actual puzzle, and that fucking worked!
Looks like Parsons took the bait.
Well,
Now maybe
see,
we
the
can
logic
finally
behind
look around
this
the crime
is
scene.
you're supposed to be aware of the fact that there's this mass murder happening, and you read the article in the paper earlier about it, and it talked about a gunshot, and so you were supposed to put 2 and 2 together and say, oh, this must be related. And since this is a big case that everyone seems to be talking about, that'll be the one he's interested in.
But see, if you're giving the player the opportunity to just go back and try again, then they're not going to be looking for clues. They're just going to be going back and doing what I did. Skip the fucking dialogue and see if the bastard disappears.
Fair enough. That's a valid gameplay
and I'm
way of doing it.
Yeah, but and I'm sorry to say this because that sounds like you actually put effort into it, which is not something I do with my game designs.
I generally put an effort into my game design.
Yes. Anyway, let's go interrogate
believe it or not.
feisty McMenstrual face here.
Sir?
Yes.
Oh, God.
As opposed to, like, what, Shard Light, which you spent like 5 minutes on?
Yeah.
Exactly. Sure.
I don't know why I just named him that, but he just...
I don't really want to know why you just named him that, to be honest.
He looks like he just got his first period, okay?
What was Chief
Okay.
Snelling doing here?
He was inspecting the crime scene.
Was that too dark
Was he
somehow?
involved?
I don't know, I
Is there
think we've done
something
worse.
special about it that would require the chief of police to look into it?
Well, someone thought it might be related to the big case we're not supposed to talk about.
You mean the mass murderer?
Yes, sir. I could see why the chief is upset that the news has gotten out.
Yeah, we might have had something to do
related?
with that.
No, I don't believe so. But the news reports have been getting the public on edge.
Of course. The less information there is, the easier it is for rumors to start spreading.
Exactly. Chief Snelling has a lot of fires to put out.
If that's the case, it's too bad he didn't get to Ms. Lathan in time.
Well, if he's got so many plates to juggle, then of course he's...
Oh, there we go.
Did Parsec kill your microphone again or something? I don't know. You tell me.
Did it?
I don't know. Did it?
Did it? Hello?
Hello? Yes, you're here. I can hear you.
Parsec froze, and then it all of a sudden sped up a lot, so I got to see everything really fast. Talk about a speed run.
Do you enjoy working with
Parsec
Officer
does not
Parsons?
like you.
If I'm being
It really
honest,
doesn't.
he can be a bit much sometimes.
Well, the sounds of
Trust
the
me,
feeling is
you're not
mutual.
the only one who feels that way. I didn't have much interaction with him when I was a detective. The few times I did weren't very pleasant.
I could tell he doesn't seem to care much for you. Although I don't think he cares much for anyone except the chief. And that's only because he's the one who gives out the promotions.
Alright, let's crack this case, shall we? Or let's not crack it, actually.
Is there anything you can tell me about Desiree Lathan?
I couldn't really say.
Come now, I'm trying to help this investigation. Any small detail would be useful.
Well, I haven't really looked over the crime scene too much. It's rather
gruesome, you say?
Is the body still here?
Yes. What's left of it, at any rate. Miss Lathan was only identified by the tattoo on her foot.
Incidentally, her foot is the only thing left.
It is, actually. Well,
Been much
you'll
progress?
see.
Snelling and Parsons examined the scene, that's all I know.
Do you think I might have a look?
Yeah, can we just sneak
Initial
past? I
investigation's been
mean...
conducted?
I'm afraid that's out of the question, sir.
No,
I have my
no.
orders.
Come on, let's just cuddle up and get friendly, shall we? Rules were made to be broken. There was some...
Exactly.
Yeah. Promise this won't... Alright, should we appeal to his obvious rebellious side? Or insinuate that his colleagues are incompetent? Or just say, you know what? Just look the other way. Go have a smoke break or something. Or a change a tampon. I don't know. And I'll take a look in here. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was going to be such a contentious joke. I just meant he looked young. That was it.
What does looking young have to do with having your period?
He also looks a bit like, oh god, no, I don't actually want to be here. Can I go home, please?
It's not so much that it's a contentious joke, it just doesn't make any sense.
I just don't get it.
Right. Hey, Summer's right. If
Are you drunk again?
No, I swear this is water.
With what in it?
Now that you don't want to know. Professional comedy. Yeah, I know. That would be a sweet beard on a trans guy in that time period, says Summer. And that is absolutely correct. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go with just have a look over there. It's not gonna take long, because I would imagine having a look at the crime scene means more details we can fuck up.
Agreed.
Agree? Ooh.
Sure.
Now that's... Hey.
I'll be in and out before you know it. I'll leave no more trace than a ghost.
Ghosts are messy. Have you ever seen
Parsons were to
Ghostbusters?
catch you, my career would be over.
Trust me, he won't be back for some time. I swear on my honor as a former member of the New Britannia Police.
Which means nothing.
Yep.
I suppose you can go in for a moment, but please be quick about it.
I will. You'll make it to the prom on time, don't you worry.
I just love rookie officers. They're so gullible.
Yeah, I
once
know.
got
He's
one to
kind of
shine my
sweet.
shoes for a week after convincing him it was department policy. Good times.
Thanks for your time, officer.
Not a problem.
I'll just stand over here then. Okay.
Pleases me to think that every time Bill's talking to him, they're just
That's certainly a
standing there
punching
staring
moment.
awkwardly
You can see
at
why
each
the
other.
officers
Yeah.
stuck to the living room.
Surprisingly.
Wow, Francisco.
You'd never guess she could buy
Yes,
out
Charles?
the likes of you and me 1,000 times over.
I am kind of into this.
Oh,
Wow.
In that way?
Not in that way, obviously. No. I mean, all the good bits are burned off. But dear, just the unexpected. Well, it's not even gore, is it? It's just the unexpected whoopsie.
Well, you haven't even looked at the close-up.
I have not, and I'm going to.
Ashes to ashes and all that. Glad I was buried. Cremation always seems.
Yeah.
Now's not the time for jokes, Bill.
Are you serious? Death is the best time for jokes. Otherwise, it's all just a bunch of boo-hoo-hoo this and wow-wow-wow that.
I love the amount of detail you put into the hand, and then the rib cage just looks like it was drawn with MS Paint spray tool. I'm so sorry, Francisco.
Well, it's partly ash. It's not a intact rib cage.
I know, but still. I mean, the skull looks absolutely fantastic. The hand is. I mean, I was told by my art teacher way long ago that hands are the most difficult part of the anatomy to draw, and this hand looks fucking gorgeous. I'm so sorry for laughing, Francisco. That's awful of me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, I looked at a bunch of pictures. I had to look at a bunch of pictures of spontaneous combustion victims. That was a fun day of searching.
Yeah.
And yeah, the bones all looked like they weren't really bones. They just kind of looked like imprints of bones or just like weird bony things. So I kind of tried emulating that. But yeah, it does look a little weird, but whatever. I don't care. I love funny story about that hand. Do you know Megan O'Neill? She goes by Indie Games Muso on Twitter.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Okay. Well, she's an Australian journalist. She writes for a magazine called PC Power Play, and she has this running gag. Well, not gag, but we have this sort of running thing about how there's a lot of adventure games that feature severed hands or arms as inventory items.
Yes.
And she's always very fascinated by that. So I said to her, "Hey, listen, you love severed hands, and I'm gonna need a hand. Would you model for me?" So that's actually her hand.
Oh, nice.
So she was my severed hand model.
She was your hand model. I love that.
She was.
She was your David Duchovny and Zoolander for this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Desiree will be able to give us a hand with this investment.
Oh, Bill!
What? I thought it was funny.
Too obvious.
A bit on the nose, yeah. Right leg, left leg. Is it? Oh, yeah, okay. From her perspective, obviously, yes.
Yes, it's her left leg and her right leg.
Yeah, okay.
This one's clean. Well, aside from the fact that the rest of the leg is burned off.
I bet the fire stop over there.
Oh, shit.
Jesus!
Dancing
That's my
through
phone,
life.
sorry.
Hate to break it to her, but that dance is over.
That was loud.
Yeah, I forgot to put my phone on silent. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's just... every time Grundislav gets a phone call, the neighborhood fire alarms go off.
It's just because it's close to the microphone.
Oh. Infinite riches of tastes most fancy.
I have my phone here on my
Where's
desk.
all your money now? Come to think of it, that question might be worth answering.
Yes, where is money? We want money. Very sorry to hear about your predicament, yes.
Ugh, greasy, fetid, stinking ashes. Who knew the human body
Greasy?
was capable of producing such a disgusting byproduct?
I'm surprised the coroner hasn't taken the body away yet.
Probably because there isn't much of a body left to take. Either that, or Dr. Edwards knows better than to deal with something like this.
That's extremely unlike him. He'd jump at the chance to examine this body. Perhaps we should allow him to...
Does his check her teeth with gold fillings.
What I think you're suggesting.
We're not in Switzerland, come on. Wait, no.
Ouch.
Yeah, that joke kind of fell apart, actually. But I tried. Terribly.
Odd. Another pile.
Is there another
of
hand
ashes
here?
under the bed. Looks as though whatever she
Just
kept
under the
underneath
bed.
got burned too. Or it could be that whatever was under the bed is what caught fire in the first place.
Probably the baby from the previous case was under... No, wait, that would be weird.
All that's left is a small piece of cloth. Might as well take it.
I think you're thinking of the wrong game.
I might be.
Cloth appears to have some oily residue on it. Interesting.
That would be body fat. Cool.
There's a letter in here.
I can tell this with my amazing X-ray vision, apparently.
This just keeps getting more and more interesting.
Oh, can we read it
Law
before
firm of Usher and Price isn't too far
damn
from
it.
here. I think it's definitely worth paying him a little visit.
Yes, but we haven't heard the amazing narration of Gemini this stream yet.
Dear Miss Lathan, I don't know why I decided he's British, but he is now.
Yes.
This letter is to inform you that we have received your request to make changes to your beneficiaries indicated in your last will and testament. Please come to the law office of Usher and Price, 72 Catman Street, Worcester, so that we may review the documents and make the necessary edits. Yours, Jonas Usher.
Very nice.
Round of applause. Nice.
I think.
This is an amazing font, especially when you just squash it down to this pixelation, really. That is beautiful. That almost seems like it says, make changes to your bitching as indicated in your last will and testament. I mean, that
probably is.
That is what a will and testament is, yes. No.
You look at the letter again, you'll probably see a little bit of whiteout. It probably did have bitching.
His signature should be has been singed and is unreadable.
Oh, are we going artist hunting, are we?
The date is still legible. It's from this year.
All right, let's round up all the artists against a wall, point a gun at them, and go, who painted this bitch?
Looks like this one barely managed to survive. Pity. It looked like a nice work of art.
So how did the fire get to the left-hand side of the bed like that, I wonder?
Well, I think Francisco gave it away when he said spontaneous combustion. Like, as in, completely gave it away.
Looks as though Miss Lathan was in the middle of writing something.
Help, I'm on fire! Do something! Oh my god! Oh, close!
The fire is within. A bit on the nose, wouldn't you say? Classic Brentwell. They have a reputation for making their writers go to extremes for their articles, all for the sake of entertainment.
Perhaps we should pay their offices a visit, see exactly what it was Miss
Anybody
Layton was
has any
doing for
background
them.
noises? That's my dog asking for a belly rub. I'm obliged to dispense.
Alright, I'll take this one. Igniting the Fires Within by Desiree Nathan for Brentwell magazine. We are all familiar with the idea of an inner fire. What? We are all familiar with idea of an inner fire. I see.
Oh, I forgot. She made a typo.
She made a clearly she was not into proper grammar.
Clearly.
Hashtag second language.
A term usually applied to our sense of passion or determination. But what if that inner fire was of a more physical nature? It clearly was. That is to say, if each of us has the capability to light a real fire within our bodies.
Is it real magic?
Can you show me?
Demonstrate.
Temple, what are you doing? For some reason we keep coming back to the seventh guest, and we clearly shouldn't.
Because it's amazing.
Don't look as though this fireplace has been used in a long time. I suppose we can rule it out as the source.
Alright, we have a bunch of leads. I'm already getting lost in the amount of leads we
Art
have.
appreciation.
Artist and burnt person and publisher and...
Don't forget to look in the trash can.
I did! Nothing was in there.
You didn't look in the trash can.
Totally did.
Someone else in the room just
You
now?
didn't. If
thought I
there
heard
was
something.
nothing in there, you definitely didn't.
Oh, no. It's just sometimes I think aloud when investigating crime scenes.
I'll go back if I can.
See.
You can.
Save. We don't need any more police officers thinking you're insane.
90% of the force already
Ask
do.
him
Can I go in?
I'm afraid I need to have another...
All right.
Yes. Piss off, you. Go read some Teen Vogue or something.
some crumpled up letters.
All right, there was something in the trash can. Oh my god, Dorinda. Pull a Bioforge. Use her leg as a club. Let's just come out swinging with
we should find out
Mr. Menstrual Face over there going, if you've come for the fork, you'll be sorely disappointed.
Admit that looking through rubbish does yield results sometimes.
Fine, you win. But I don't think I envy your prize.
Oh dear.
I'll read this one.
Yes, please do.
Dearest Desiree, I offer you my heart, though I am sadly unable to offer you my hand. All that circumstances were different.
Why must life and love both be so cruel? I must continue to love and admire you from afar. I can only hope these feelings are mutual. Love, Peter. My dearest Desiree, once again I must declare my love for you. Though you have not yet responded to any of my letters, I maintain hope that you care for me as I do for you. I remain ever faithful. Call upon me and I will rush to your side. We will embrace as Mr. and Mrs. Andrews at long last. Love, Peter.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that was fucking brilliant.
If Gilbert Godfrey played the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That needs to happen.
Also, I really must commend Peter for a lot of things. First of all, for his lovely singing voice, and secondly,
singing voice.
Yes, I mean that was a sonnet. That was an opus, if ever I heard one. Secondly, right. He apparently has a magic pen, and I'll show you. Apparently, he is able to write outside of the paper.
Oh my goodness!
Twice.
I should have beta tested this, shouldn't I? Maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe.
Have. No.
It's fine.
The worst part is you actually did send me an early copy of it and said, "Hey, have a playthrough, see what you think," and I just didn't.
It's fine. You're playing it now.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Pointing
it's fine.
Pointing out all the little bittlest flaws that have no impact on the game whatsoever.
No, people are.
It's those new pins with
notes.
Aethericity power that can.
There you go.
Off the page.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
There you go. I saved you.
There you go.
Send me the check whenever you want.
All right. Where should we go next? Well, there was the hints that we picked up at her place of residence that apparently she had a date here somewhere, which I would assume was with Peter. I'm guessing. Could also go to her publisher and ask why she was such a terrible writer, and we can go to this law firm for reasons I've already forgotten. So, let's do that, because I forgot.
To deal with her bitching.
Oh yeah, yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the law offices of Usher and Price. May I help you?
I've come to garrote you.
Yes, good afternoon.
He's just had that
Miles
purpose in his stance.
And I'm looking for Jonas Usher.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but Mr. Usher is not seeing anyone today.
He's off recording his new R&B album.
You could see Mr. Price.
There's Gareth, by the way.
Oh!
The plaque says it's a portrait of Thomas Usher. Looks like a real go-getter.
In a fancy hat, no less. It's a shame it's
That's an impressive hat.
It is. It's a shame he's so far away. That's literally just 3 pixels and a mustache.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I was gonna make a comment. It looked like Total Biscuit.
Oh well.
It is a very
it's
impressive.
Cool.
It's an impressive portrait.
But is it possible to stand close enough that it looks like the head is on your head?
Damn it, no.
I can't get close enough.
But we can maybe we can angle him so it looks like he has 2 heads. Come on. Turn.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Or it actually looks like he's operating my head as sort of a dummy head.
Yeah, it kind of just looks like he's coming up from behind to.
Oh, to garrote me.
Do things.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I was going with more of a start the reactor kind of thing, but yeah, I like yours better. He also has that. He has that sort of Jack the Ripper feel. When you meet him in person too, Gareth is just really chilling.
Change his mind.
I kid, of course. He's one of the sweetest persons I've ever met. Ever meet? Yes.
He's one of the sweetest persons I've ever met.
Hashtag.
I beg pardon?
Second language.
Hashtag second language.
It failed me. It just that was one of those whoopsies.
It's okay to fail, though.
It is okay to fail. Thank you. Oh, pneumatic
like
tube.
Got some kind of modern message delivery service in here.
And no one is thinking Grim Fandango at this point. Absolutely not.
I was.
Okay, you were. But again, nobody, and I mean nobody, was thinking Grim Fandango at this point.
Begging your pardon, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
tiny sausages in a bowl? Really? Why isn't... Yes, we're just gonna come right out and say it.
Sir, it is of the utmost importance that I speak with Mr. Usher.
And as I said, he isn't taking visitors today.
But it's in regards to his client, Desiree Lathan. Or should I say, former client.
Miss Lathan found another attorney?
No, I'm sorry to be the one to have to inform you, but she's dead.
And found a new attorney.
I had no idea.
No? It was in today's newspaper.
I haven't read it yet. Mr. Usher forbids it in the office.
But
he despises well-read
he forbids
staff.
You paper in the office.
He says it's fake
No,
news.
I mean he forbids the presence of newspapers in the office. He fears they bring in outside journalists.
Oh, yes.
In any case, if what you say is true, I'll need some sort of proof.
I suppose just bringing in
Give
a
me a
copy
minute, I'll
of the
just go grab her
newspaper
legs.
is out of the question. Find another way.
Just come charging in.
Perhaps Mr.
Plop.
Usher will
There you
see
go.
me when he sees this.
Oh, what's that?
Swings with the severed leg. Or just slaps him with the hand. The severed hand just goes... Alright. This letter.
Letter from Mr. Usher to his
Just
client.
take the hand,
Desiree
slap him, and
Lathan.
go, I challenge you to a duel.
That's private correspondence. How did you get that?
It was evidence.
I
found
stole
at
it
the
from
crime
a dead
And
person.
how is it relevant?
scene. The crime scene in question was Miss Lathan's own bedroom, where she was found burned to death.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Fordham.
Oh no, you can
I
come
assure
see.
you that Mr. Usher deals primarily with facts. Right now, the only fact this letter proves to me is that you somehow rummaged through
You're
Miss
most
Lathan's
perceptive.
possessions and acquired it.
He does have a
That
point.
is what we did, but did we stress that she burned alive, dickhead?
I actually don't have anything to show.
Other than my penis. Here, take a look.
Stop
Does this look infected?
I'm very busy.
Alright, so we get to show him documents.
Not unless you've been rubbing it around her ashes.
Oh god. Oh god. Well, I did say I was into it, but I must stress, not in that way. Hello, it is suddenly nighttime.
Ah, hello there. Are you here to drop off an article?
No, actually, I'm a private investigator. The name's Miles Fordham.
How exciting. You must have so many interesting stories.
Wait,
Could
that's
say that,
Abe
yes.
again, isn't it?
Please, come in,
Yes.
come in. I'm Alan Brentwell, owner and
Doing
publisher of Brentwell.
pretty much the same voice as before.
Acquaintance.
I mean, subtle nuance differences,
Does he need
obviously.
dick pills?
Let's see if we can find this man some dick pills. I love, by the way, as much as we're shitting on the game, I love the glow of the lamp here. It's like a subtle little effect that just gives this whole scene a very ominous. So, in fact, the shading on the entire room is really rather brilliant, if I do say so.
Empty.
Well, that's why it's
Too
called
bad.
Lamplight City.
He has lamps. Title.
Confessions of a Steam Addict by Ezra Barton.
Half the budget went into lamp
Better off
effects.
not knowing. For Whom the Bell Almost Tolled by Suki Snobs. Fascinating stuff.
Okay, well, maybe instead of just looking at his bookshelf for eternity, maybe we should have a chat with him. This is a rather oversized desk, I must say, for one drawer, but I'm sure it's a very big drawer.
I have some questions for you, Mr. Brentwell.
It's about your desk.
It's so seldom I get to answer questions.
Somebody who's actually happy to see us?
Well, let's see what we can do about that.
What can you tell me about Desiree Lathan?
Desiree Lathan. Oh, why, she came to me a few weeks ago in response to an ad I took out requesting
Was it
articles.
you who asked?
She told me
who
she
asked her
had
to
an idea.
set herself on fire?
No, we agreed on 10 crowns per paragraph, and she was on her way. Come to think of it, I haven't heard from her in a few days.
Is that because you burnt her? I think. Also, I have a question. In the chat, Summer seems to be under the impression I have an STD, and I just really have to. I mean, I've been ignoring it for a bit here, but what gave you that idea, first of all? And secondly, how did you know? No.
Were you aware that Miss Lathan is dead?
Harsh.
No, I had no idea. What happened?
I thought we kept it a secret.
She seems to have burned.
Oh, sorry, Pickle. I
Mysterious
just
circumstances.
stomped all over your commentary.
Mysterious circumstances.
Oh, sorry.
Most of her body was burnt to ash.
No, people
There's
just
very little
people
fire
don't seem to read the
damage
newspaper
around
in this town.
It's as though she herself
They certainly do not.
caught fire.
And you just
Well,
apologized.
Sounds positively.
He runs his own
ghastly.
magazine, so
Oh dear.
he has no time
Is
to read the
something wrong?
newspaper.
I just remembered. The article she was writing. Dear God. I hope she didn't go too far with her research.
Wait, hang on.
Submission.
Yeah. Let's just roll this one back. See, researching spontaneous combustion. The word thank you, Luciphonic. Thank you so much. But I am going to continue with my train of thought. The word spontaneous seems to be of quite some importance to this. So if you're researching spontaneous combustion really hard and just having a sit down on your bed and just straining and going, combust you, and then it actually happens, that's not very spontaneous, is it?
Well,
yeah, I got you there.
Spontaneous combustion in this case, and in most cases, means that your body itself just catches fire. There's no outside source to light it. It's not like somebody came with a match and poured gasoline on you, or you poured gasoline on yourself. It's kind of willing yourself to catch fire spontaneously.
I wasn't under the impression that someone went in and doused her with gasoline and lit her on fire, or indeed that she did that herself. In fact, I know a word, immolation. It is a fancy word. I enjoy it very much. Yes,
it is.
That's not what I was inferring this to be, but I thought the whole.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Spontaneous being like it's not a planned event; it just happens.
It's just a whoopsie! I'm on fire all of a sudden.
Right, exactly. But I think the reason they call it spontaneous human combustion isn't so much because of whoopsie, it just happened. It's because it just happens without any reason.
Oh.
More than it just happens at random.
So there is no such thing as intentionally willed combustion.
I mean, I don't know if that's a phenomenon. It might be.
Well, anyway, let's see how you research catching yourself on fire.
What exactly was Desiree's article about?
I'm not entirely sure. She merely came to me with the proposal.
She didn't tell you what that idea was?
She did, but...
She came to me with a proposal. I didn't understand it, so I told her to go off and write it.
And tell me what she was writing about.
It was about spontaneous human combustion.
He said and almost orgasmed. I mean, he did have that spontaneous human combustion. Excuse me, have to adjust myself in the seat there.
What do you know about spontaneous human combustion?
That's the thing, I don't know very much at all. It sounded interesting enough, that's why I accepted Miss Lathan's proposal to write the article about it.
But what do you know about it?
Only that
Did anyone notice that Miles initiated this line of questioning with, "What can you tell me about?"
Condition.
Do you know what Miss Lathan's research on the subject involved?
Could have been voodoo, but it turned out it was spontaneous human combustion.
I don't think Gabriel Knight has the exclusive copyright to use the lead-in, what can you tell me about? I can name at least 5 other adventure games that do that.
He totally has, and you know it. You're sweating right now, I can feel it.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, are we back with the Spectre Society again?
The Spectre Society.
Didn't you piss her off?
Shouldn't be surprised.
I did.
Again.
Oh.
No, I'm not exactly.
Oh, look at that!
A trigger happened.
Extensive library
Oh
documenting
well.
unusual
Guess we can't pursue this lead.
Teach you to burn your bridges.
Yeah. Oh, bugger me. Well, so she.
Well, now you've got 2 options left. Can you fuck those up too?
Absolutely.
Let's find out.
Well. I quite like that your fuck-ups in one case influence cases down the line. People reoccur and their attitudes remain unchanged. If you're a dickhead in one chapter, you're a dickhead in the next chapter. That's continuity. I enjoy that. These are not isolated cases. Good on you, sir. And also, of course, she would be researching spontaneous human kerfluffling. in the Tinfoil Hat Club.
Tell me about Brentwell Magazine.
We're a monthly publication focusing on both fiction.
I think the
and
kerfluffling is what led to the combustion, wasn't it?
Our dream was to have a magazine that was well respected and educational.
Sure.
But sadly, it seems today's audiences are much more interested in reading about sightings of giant bat creatures and mysterious
There's a giant bat creature?
treasures.
Yeah, that was the one. Oh, yeah.
I hear you have a bit of a reputation for making your reporters do questionable
Yes,
things.
not saying anything. Just, I found it and acknowledged it.
My writers to do that. They seem to
Remember.
have this notion that the more extreme their research, the more authentic the articles will be.
What sort of extremes are we talking about here?
We had one writer who attempted to heighten the sensation of fear she wanted to express in her story.
But sadly, all that amounted to was her writing "boo" a number of times in the margin.
The clock tower at St. Denis Cathedral. Ugh. Thankfully, she made it out alive. It would have been quite the predicament if she hadn't.
How is that funny?
Considering that was our most popular article last year. Oh, people have such odd taste.
I know, just check out your mustache.
What made you decide to start this business?
I always wanted.
Plus, there's this one guy in the forest who found a dead dog. No.
No. Leave him be.
Start my own. I admit it's not exactly what I want.
Whatever he's doing, it's too late for the poor dog anyway.
Found its own unique voice.
Voice? More like a gurgling scream.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Brentwell.
The pleasure is all mine.
But I have started incorporating the phrase field dressing into my vernacular.
I can only begin to imagine the lurid and salacious article.
Somehow we've managed to reach Grundislav's, base level. Like, to this point and no further, please. Can't rummage through the filing cabinets. Can I enjoy the view?
Has a front row seat to all the horrible things he might want to write about in his magazine.
Yes, those buildings look terrible. Really evil, too. Yeah. Leaving. Bye. Okay, so we've got a germaphobe to piss off, and we were supposed to go and...
Go touch him.
Well, we can't. He's behind a door that we will not open out of politeness. Well, there is the restaurant. We can go and... Oh, there is something absolutely despicably snobbish about a place called the Gascon Supper Club. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love to hate it. This looks rather less posh than I had imagined.
Why does that man have an octopus on his head?
Turns around. Turns out that is his face. Gorgeous.
Why is that
Man is not a man.
octopus on her head?
Place looks awesome. I expected Vivaldi being played off in the background, and tables with too much cloth on them, and
That would be if it was the Lyon Supper Club, but the Gascon Supper Club is a little bit more
oh really
down to earth.
Because Gascon sounds like it's a
Gascon is basically the French Quarter of New Britannia.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, then there must be excellent wine and maybe some frog legs or something.
That's why there's fleur-de-lis on the wallpaper.
Ooh.
Oh, it is fleur-de-lis.
That painting depicts a hand dropping a bunch of blood-soaked silver coins.
Hey, can you tell this place is French?
Come here, I'd say.
It's called the Ha Supper Club in some circles.
And in the French version, they serve tapas and other Spanish dishes because fuck this.
The bridge to Lyon overlooking the House of Parliament.
It's actually a lot of stuff that had to be redrawn for the French version of this. No. Ooh, tankard.
Nobody's bothered clearing this table yet, it seems.
Well, maybe we can just drink out of the scraps in this tankard.
Well, if no one's cleaned up, you might as well do them the favor.
Yum yum. Well, for a game with no inventory, we do seem to be picking up an awful lot of shit. Alright, let's talk to the woman. Whoops. Actually, if I put...
It's really downing that drink.
Yeah.
So.
She's just chugging it.
It's going off on it. And let's just see what the chat has to say. Yes, Lucy says it's Davy Jones. Yeah. And Andy P asks, how will you ever piss off a germaphobe? And combo number 8 just immediately replies, piss everywhere. Yeah, that'll do it. And Lucy asks, is there a jazz club next door? Maybe a rare bookshop? No, sorry.
Excuse
let's.
me, miss? Oh, well, hello there, handsome.
Yes, she does sound like she's had at least a glass of wine.
Care to join me for a
Per hour.
drink?
Yes. Yes, we do. Damn. None of these are sure, let's go for it.
The top one, maybe.
It's a bit early in the day to be drinking. I need to keep a clear head while I'm on duty. If we start talking like that, she's going to think we're Vice or something. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. I had this... Okay. Someone from the Americas will have to answer this. I actually got in sort of a confusing argument recently about what is the difference between Vice and Narc, like in police circles. I always thought Vice was, you know, prostitution, sex crimes, stuff that, you know, weird stuff.
Yeah,
and
I think Narc is just drugs.
It's just drugs, right? And
narcotics.
And not
only drugs.
Not to imply that sex workers are weird. I didn't mean that, obviously. I just meant, yeah, Vice deals with things that, you know, the snotty and the, you know, buttoned up people just want to pretend does not exist. That kind of thing. But a person actually claimed that it was the same. Like, a person working Vice also dealt with narcotics and stuff like that. And I was like, no.
Possibly.
That's not really how it works, is it?
Because, I mean, I know that there's, in the Vice desk in LA Noire, you have to deal with drugs.
Oh. Because when you see, like, American cop shows, and one guy walks in, and he goes, yeah, this is nothing, man. I used to work Vice for 8 years, man. I'm tough, I'm hardened. Apparently that means he was hanging around drugged out prostitutes for 8 years? I don't know.
Yeah, don't know. Hang on.
Vice's cops, really, says Andy P. Okay. Well, cheers. Just wondering. Anyway, point is, I don't think we should tell her we're police or try and go down that route. Actually, let's completely misread her signals. And just goes, thanks, but I'm afraid I'm married. Maybe that's not misreading her signals, now that I think about it. I don't know, I can't pick. Pickle Dog, you pick.
I'm going with the first one.
First one. Yeah, let's do that.
A bit early in the day, don't you think?
Perhaps I would think, if I wasn't on my third.
Good answer.
Impressive. You may have just met your match.
Just you wait.
It's Miles Fordham. And you are?
Charlotte Robineau.
Pleasure. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Johnny in the chat has solved it for us. Vice is how you work with wood. It's a tool. Yes, exactly.
Oh, Vice is the arm of the police department concerned with immoral activities. So Vice police officers work against things like prostitution, illegal gambling, pornography, and the illegal sale of guns, alcohol, or drugs.
Okay.
Broad then.
Yeah. So, immoral activity.
Yeah.
Oh, that just sounds like the worst place to work. I love immoral activities. Anyway, moving hastily on, we're getting hit on by the ghost of an old woman.
Do you know Desiree Lathan?
I knew her, yes.
So we have a literal moral police?
Oh, it's been ages. She and I haven't had much to do with each other for a while.
Why is that?
It's really not important. We just didn't see eye to eye on
I think they've thrown a few drinks in each other's faces.
Yes, she was. Drinking up a
Congratulations, you're a suspect.
Really enjoying herself.
How much did she drink?
Oh, I don't know. She used to outmatch me, and I can handle.
We can tell. All right,
so we're taking that drinking contest thing seriously.
Yeah. You know what? This is going to turn into that puzzle for Monkey Island too, isn't it? We're just going to... Yes, we'll sit down. No, just wait a minute. You order the drinks, and I'll just scooch this rubber plant over here next to where I'm sitting. Thank you. You know, because Guybrush empties the drink out. Sorry, did I just spoil a 30-year-old puzzle? I think I did.
That poor
What can you
plant.
tell me about Desiree's death?
Just what I've read in the papers. She burned to death. It's horrible. She certainly didn't deserve to die in such a gruesome way.
Did she have any enemies? Anyone who might have wanted to do her harm?
Was it actually in the paper that she burned?
Everyone loved her.
Yes.
Except
Well, oh, okay, it was. So she didn't just let slip that she knew too much about her departure.
Care for her.
Department. Departure is what I meant to say.
Subject.
Ah, Jesus, is it really that late? Oh, who's that lovely fella Peter Andrews with the lovely voice?
Is the name Peter Andrews familiar to you?
Peter Andrews? Is he still around?
Barely.
I'd be able to tell you that if you told me who he is.
He's desperate. That's who he is. A lovesick fool who is obsessed with Desi. Sent her love letters all of the time.
Would you know where I can find him?
Why would you want to?
Because I want to question him about Miss Lathan's death.
I suppose that makes some sense. All I remember Desi telling me is that he worked at the Bank of Vespuccia. Some such.
That is a great name for a bank.
Thank you. That's
It sounds like the name of someone who breeds snakes for a living. Vespuccia.
Were you here for the Grand Dame's ball the other night?
Of course, we all were. Well, except for Laura. Terrible business.
Yeah.
You mean Laura Dupre?
The very same. Have you met?
I have.
Ooh.
In fact, I investigated her attempted murder.
Is
Ah,
that
the
I heard it was
bring out your dead.
voodoo practicing half-breed.
I'm not dead. Yeah.
Terrible to think there are so many people out there with such hate.
I remember shit.
and resentment in their hearts.
During suggest we just grab some goat dung and try to make a deposit at the bank. Call back to Gemini stream there.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Why, Mr. Fordham, I hardly know you.
And-
Were you just sitting on us?
Always open.
And now she's playing hard to get. Yes.
Ooh, watch out, Miles. I think she's getting ready to pounce.
That is totally a line from Sam and Max.
No, it's not.
It is. Ooh, stand back, Sam. She may pounce.
Well, it's not like.
Oh,
maybe.
But
it wasn't an intentional lift.
Really? Because I thought that was one of those sneaky
I mean,
things.
she's a cougar.
Yeah,
she's a cougar, so she's gonna pounce.
Honestly, I meant that in the best way possible because you, like me, remember, you clear away stuff in your mind that is important to make room for all those glorious adventure game quotes. So I thought you might have snuck that in for the old purists.
Not intentionally. I'm sorry to say.
Dang.
Oh well.
Sorry,
You can
my
read
wife was
it
talking
as
to me. I heard my name called.
Who among Gemini, you're gonna have to take over here as a born and bred Southern romantic. You just have to give it your best. Come on.
I wasn't paying attention.
We're complimenting her. We have three options. You have the most radiant smile. Your hair is quite lovely and not at all ashy and weird. I greatly admire your strange ghostly fashion sense.
Compliment her hair.
Yes, we shall do that.
I must compliment you on your lovely hairstyle.
Oh, how sweet of you to say.
Do you sink ships?
Oh, it is getting a bit ragged. I'm having it done this afternoon.
Maybe trying to eat your head.
My girl Adelaide is a treasure.
You don't say. Well, she must be talented to improve on near perfection.
My oh my.
Miles.
Tongue, Mr. Fordham.
Put it to good use. What is in it for us to compliment her?
Well, she told you that her girl Adelaide was a treasure.
Okay, let's keep going then.
Well, you don't need to. You just need to learn that she gets her hair done by Adelaide.
Is that it?
Your wife, yes.
Yeah, but still the
her. I thought I heard the name somewhere.
Well, yeah, but the case log didn't update or anything, so I thought maybe we need to keep going until that happens.
The case isn't gonna. The casebook's not gonna update with every little bit of information.
Okay, well,
but if you want, you should compliment her smile.
Is that a good one?
No, but it's funny.
Can I just say you've got the most radiant smile I've ever seen?
Oh, why, that's very sweet of you, Mr. Fordham.
It's true. Not many women your age.
Oh!
I beg your pardon.
Damn!
You're such a master of the high kick, Miles.
Wow!
Put in your mouth and record.
Damn!
You know what? Never mind.
Backing away slowly, I feel.
I'll let you get back to your drink.
Jesus. Yeah, that was good. Good night, Tony Kitsune. That was the, I guess that was the perfect line to end on. Wow. That was good. Compliments to the chef on that one.
This is how trolls met his wife. Nice.
Yeah, my wife is a total cougar. She's 3 years younger than me, but so I don't know what that makes me, but yeah.
A cradle robber.
Wow. Touche. Okay, so let's go home and badger or no, wait, that came out wrong. I meant verbally.
I'm here.
That
Good to see
didn't
you've
make
made
it
back in one piece.
any better, actually. All right. Hello, Addie, me old son.
What is it, Miles?
What is it indeed? Well, let's compliment her. We're doing so good.
You're looking especially lovely today, Addie.
Miles, don't flirt with me. Not now.
I hate your guts at this
Push
point.
my luck with her, Miles. She hasn't completely forgiven
She
you.
is taking none of it.
No, she is not. But let's keep.
No, if you do that, you'll lock out. You won't be able to see yourself.
Oh, because if we stuff it up with her completely, then
you're not going to be able to ask her to go see Charlotte, and that's gonna, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. We won't. Although that would have been interesting. And we're still.
I mean, what you could do is you could just save your game.
Yeah, we could, but.
And then.
I mean,
go look at yourself and then come back and mess
I'll
it
let
up.
you get back.
Is there a big blowout? Like she basically just goes, "Stop fucking talking to me, dumbass."
Pretty much.
Addie?
What is it, Miles?
I shall now compliment you until you're sick of me and want a divorce.
Well,
Please let me see that beautiful smile of yours, Addie.
That's enough, Miles. If you're just going to stand there and throw meaningless words at me, you're better off not saying anything at all.
But...
Stop it. I'm trying my best to move past this. Don't make it worse.
Oh shit! She demands to be treated like a person. That is awful.
Yeah, people got mad about that.
Really?
Is this world coming to?
I mean, I have opinions about that, and I am squarely on.
Let's not get into that.
No, but I'll just say I am squarely on what I imagine is Francisco's stance on this. I mean, this is not Gabriel Knight.
Addie?
What is
I
it,
can
Miles?
understand, like, if she didn't give you a warning and it was just the one time.
Yeah,
but
she definitely gave us a warning. Anyway, let's not apologize either. Actually,
no, apologizing is fine. It's just
okay.
Complimenting her too much is what pisses her off.
Addie, please know that I'm deeply sorry for my behavior last night. I'll do everything I can to make it up to you. Likely get some new
Yeah, that would be a start, wouldn't it?
Pretty flowers or pretty words, Miles. I just want things to go back to how they were.
Cool.
Let me get you some new non-pissed on begonias.
Maybe that away. So tell me about yourself.
What have you been up to lately?
Nothing particularly exciting. My usual clients have been
We've been
scheduling
fucking for 3
appointments,
years, and I
I've been
barely know
trying to
anything
get
about
some
you.
new ones as well. In my free time, I've been catching up on my reading.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Yes, the conclusion to the dissembling mechanism was just published in Brentwell magazine last week.
What's that?
Magazine.
James Penstroke's latest serial. I wanted to read it to you, but you haven't been around much lately.
Perhaps I'll take a look now that I can actually concentrate again.
Yes, you could read it to me. I wouldn't mind hearing it again. It would certainly be a nicer way to spend your time than going out drinking.
I thought we were moving past this.
Yeah.
You've got an appointment with Charlotte Robineau later today, don't you?
Are you using your detecting skills on me now?
Wouldn't dream of it.
Gascon Supper Club, and she mentioned you. Turns out she knew Desiree Lathan.
Makes sense. That social circle is tiny.
She wasn't very forthcoming, though.
Tiny and very sinewy.
Persuade her to talk?
Persuasion shouldn't be necessary. She usually just sits in the chair and starts gossiping up a storm.
She was getting her head
I
on.
think I know more about all the Gascon Grand Dames than anyone should.
Well, congratulations, you're my new informant. Here's what I want to know. And are we absolutely ready for this? I think we are.
Yeah, you are.
We
you
are
would have
right.
gotten a warning
These are the
otherwise.
things I want you to ask her about.
Da-dum, da-da, da-dum, da-da.
And who is that dapper gentleman in the painting of the boat?
Oh, God. I'm just seeing if I can position myself. Oh, the face cam doesn't quite reach down there, but yeah. Dear God, you even got my giant ears absolutely perfect. That is beautiful. I am honored, sir. Flattered. There are more squid people over here. Someone made a bust out of them. Cool.
An octopus wearing curlers.
But we are still meant to be fucking this up, so if we're too direct, then I would suspect that would just lock the whole thing off anyway, right?
No, you pretty much will get the information you need. There's another way to fuck this up later.
Right, cool. So let's just speed run through this.
I was reading in the paper this
All
morning
right,
about
a little
what
off the
happened.
top. What the fuck happened to Desiree Lathan?
Good evening. Take your place. Let me get your code. Your friend burned to death, didn't she?
Terrible to think of her dying in such a horrible way.
Trolls in MS Paint. Oh, Andy, please. This was slaved over. Someone spent endless nights doing this. A true artist did.
Has anyone special caught your eye recently?
Yeah, well, there was that detective in the bar earlier, yes.
For most of the young pups I see around these days. Besides, marriage has proved to be more trouble than it's worth.
She was...
I'm finished with that whole game. Although there was one fellow who...
yeah, there we go.
Today. Pity he was only interested in asking questions.
Dang.
Oh?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the dark brooding type. Sleepless nights etched
That would be the Hangover.
on his face. Still handsome, though. I invited him to join me for a drink.
Apologies if you hear dogs barking. Those are mine.
Said it was too early to be drinking.
I'll just mute my mic.
Life is too short to be so...
It adds some...
Probably for the best he didn't join.
Actually, I shall not stoop to that joke.
No.
No.
Don't do that.
No, I won't. Weird thing is, Francisco's on it like a shot. He's just, I know exactly.
I knew exactly what you're talking about.
We've been around you too long.
Apparently you have.
Did you and Desiree used to be friends?
Although I was bad off to begin with.
Sisters at one point.
You just made it
What
worse.
happened?
I know, I did.
What else? A man got involved.
And I thank you for it.
You were both after the same man?
No.
I give myself at least some credit for realizing that was an ill-advised path to pursue.
Spinster sisters, we used to call ourselves.
Wow.
Whoever says invite the dog to the microphone. There's actually 4 and they're outside, so it would get kind of crowded in here.
But it would make for an interesting stream.
Yes, especially considering the marriage only lasted a few brief months.
I read minutes and that somehow seemed more interesting.
Best friend.
Oh, darling, I love you. Let's get undressed and... Oh, God, he dropped dead. Shit. Well, still better than my last one.
I heard someone mention that Desiree had her portrait painted recently.
Yes, I heard that too. I think it was Caroline who told me. Yes, that was it, Caroline. She was looking for a portrait artist and told me Desiree had found one. Roger DeVay, I think she said his name was.
Ooh, who is this Roger DeVay then?
Roger DeVay? Sounds mysterious. Who is he?
Sounds mysterious.
Well, I don't know about mysterious. He's just an artist. Not a very good one either, from what I hear.
He didn't do a good job on the portrait?
Oh, no, he did fine. I just meant he hasn't really taken off. His paintings aren't worth very much, you see. But Desiree took a liking to him very quickly. Even went as far as giving him an extra
Did he paint that
to
picture
her
of trolls?
apartment.
Yeah, I was just
If there
thinking.
was anything more going on between them, I couldn't say.
Extra key to the apartment, just in case you want to come by late at night and paint me while I'm
He's
sleeping.
barely even an artist now. I heard he took a teaching position at the university. Now, who would want their likeness immortalized by a lecturer?
Hey.
I see. Well, I hope he makes it in the world someday.
Miracles may happen.
Ding ding!
Burn.
And, okay, I'm finished. I don't give a shit about the Grand Dam's ball. I doubt this is essential information.
It's not.
Good. I think
Save it
that's
for
all
another
finished.
playthrough.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adelaide. It was a pleasure, as always.
Likewise, Miss Robinow. I'll see you next week.
I've killed the squid on your head. May I leave now?
And she didn't tip very well either.
I'm sorry, dear. She sounds positively dreadful.
No more than the other Gascon Grandames. I just hope you managed to get something useful from that.
I've been standing here.
Go back and do it again.
I just like the idea that Miles has been standing here the whole time while she was off doing that, staring at an empty wall. I just have to respond to this one. Combo number 8, actually. I don't know what happens with 1 through 7, but Trolls would have a dog, but his wife would get jealous. Funny story. My wife actually does want a dog, and I'm not a dog person. I don't mind people who are, but dogs everywhere seem to hate me. I'm a cat person. My cats also hate me, but I love them, and they're much smaller than dogs.
That's so sad.
Time for me to get some things
I'm
done.
kidding. They love the shit out of
Love
me.
you.
Love you too.
Well, good.
So, yeah, but once we move into a bigger place, my wife says she actually wants to get a dog. She wants to get the biggest, snarliest fucking wretch of a dog that, possible. And I said, go for it. As long as I don't have to take it for walks, have at it. Okay, what can we fuck up now? We are actually gonna have to end it in a while, so let's see if we can... Is the end game far off, Mr. Slav?
Not if you fuck things up, no.
Okay.
So I recommend going to the police station and getting into the... actually, wait. First, go back to the crime scene.
Okay.
And you have a container with you now.
Where did we get that? Oh, the tankard.
The tankard, yes.
So let's scoop up some ash, and then go and show it to the publisher, because that's creepy and weird. Because he's a germaphobe, so here's dead people. I brought you a dead person.
I can't remember. Did you when you were talking to Andrew? Did you say shut up and take one of these pills to him?
He did, yes.
Or did you say... Okay. Alright, because there's a trigger that only happens if you've done
Just
certain
pile
things.
Of ashes.
And I'm wondering if that's going to happen the way you've played. Because otherwise you're not going to get an unsolvable case.
Oh, Miles, really? You're going to carry the ashes around in a pewter mug?
It's vital to the investigation that we find out exactly what
Yeah, it
happened.
only happens if you've been a
anyone
complete
can tell us
asshole
for
to
certain,
everybody.
it's Dr. Edwards.
Well, we did our best, so I would assume we told
see.
him.
We'll see.
You've carried around before. Remember that time we had to go looking for that murder victim's missing head?
I'd really rather not, actually.
Oh my god, Vocabra says we'll be having a Malamute. No, I didn't know. No. She's leaning...
So go to, yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say she's leaning towards an Alaskan Husky, and I'm just going, not on my fucking watch.
From the bedroom's getting worse.
I mean, that thing is gigantic and requires 23 hours of exercise every day.
Yikes.
Yeah, they're
so
massive.
Head to the bank and
deposit
have a chat
ashes?
with Peter Andrews and see. Make a deposit, yes.
Dear Lord, what is that smell?
We've actually never been to this spot yet. Hello, Ez.
Ah, Mr. Dupre. Good to see you again.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Yes.
Yes, I've come to dump this dead person on your desk. Here you go. Have fun with that.
His desk is just over there.
Thank you, Mr. Dupre. Lovely seeing you.
Do you like my new cologne?
Mr. Andrews.
Why is there a time bomb on the wall?
May I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Why is there one of the devices from the Coronian Underground from Space Quest 1 VGA over here?
Now then.
Okay, that was a bit of an obscure reference.
Yeah, to stretch a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know Desiree Lathan?
Desiree Lathan? No, I can't say the name rings any bells.
That's not what his voice sounds like.
You say you don't know Miss Lathan. Would you care to explain these?
Then he pulls down his pants.
Up.
Them out. Do you care to explain these?
I just love catching people.
I don't know. That is Adam Sandler level stupid. But I have no regrets. Oddly enough.
That these are your letters?
Yes, they are.
So why did you lie about knowing Miss Lathan?
I promised my wife I would cut off contact.
But you clearly didn't. The most recent letter is from 2 weeks ago.
Did she hire you?
Your wife? No. That's not why I'm...
Drinta says, does this cup of old lady ash look familiar to you?
Well, see, that's the thing. If you said the right things when you ask him, he'll automatically be like, "Well, yeah, well, these are her ashes."
Really?
And then he'll piss him off, and then you won't be able to solve the case. But this is only if actually before you do that, I can actually check the VOD of case 1 and see if that's what you did when you talked to Andrew, because you have to say, "Shut up and take these pills" to Andrew. And I think you also have to have insulted Angela Maxwell, which you did. And
I'm pretty sure we told him to shut up and take the pills, but apparently
I'm 90% sure.
Let me go back and look.
We might have tried to be sneaky about it, actually, which is always a mistake.
Well, because I remember that you actually did talk to him about everything. Here we go.
Oh, he's having a look. Is everyone excited?
I am having a look. Here we go. And you were like, "Oh, you were wearing a bloody shirt that stream."
Yes, I was. I'm considering wearing that to Adventure X as well.
Okay, cool.
Could be fun walking around London with a bloody shirt. That's
you did tell him. You did tell him just be quiet and take these pills. So it's entirely possible.
Yes.
That he will automatically show the ashes when you ask him about Desiree's death.
Oh my god, let's find out, shall we?
Were you aware of Miss Lathan's death?
What? Desiree is dead? No.
She was found burned to death in her bed.
Oh.
You're lying.
See, here, take a look.
Wait, no. Oh.
I'm afraid I'm not, Mr. Andrews.
Oh, Desiree.
Oh,
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to
Hang
kill
on,
her?
let me check my source code. Let me see what it was that triggers
I'm sorry
that.
to have to be the bearer of bad news, but at least you won't have to worry about writing
There's
any more
definitely.
That isn't funny, Mr. Fordham.
There's
Yes, it
definitely.
was. Don't listen to me.
I think you have to piss off Juliet too, and I don't think we did that. Or you didn't do that.
Dang. We've really worked our ass off to piss off everyone, and I was just sitting here going, this is going to be a great end to the stream. But, damn.
Well, I mean, it's still possible to...
We can still fail.
Yeah.
All right.
Just not utterly.
So your wife knows about your correspondence with Miss Lathan?
Well,
Andrew...
I don't know if you could really...
Oh, yeah, no, you didn't tell
Desiree
Jean...
never wrote back. But
You didn't tell Jean that he was a coward.
That is to say, Margaret found out
That was the
how
thing
many
that you had to
letters
do. You
did
had to
this
piss off
founder
Jean
send?
Dupre as well.
In the cabin. Oh,
In the cabin, yeah.
I just moved in for a
When you
kiss.
asked about... Yeah, when you asked him about the about being afraid of his wife, if you tell him you're clearly afraid of your own shadow, that's the other one that triggers that. So if you have to do those 3 things, and then he'll automatically be like, "Oh, look, these are her ashes," and then
That is a very obscure trigger.
It hasn't been easy.
And
it's not that obscure. It's just you have to be a jerk to everybody.
and
so hard.
So that means that the only person you'll be able to accuse here, although if you want to do another fun
Where would I
thing,
find Mrs. Andrews? I'd
which
like to
won't
speak to her.
piss everything off, but it's actually one of my favorite exchanges in the whole game.
Just at the edge of Gascon.
Stop talking to this guy and go see Dr.
Goddamn
Edwards
menagerie she's got. I'd stay
at the
away from
police
her both
station.
being covered
Right.
in animal hair.
I'll take my chances.
we just got a new location, but screweth that. I am carrying around your dead girlfriend, by the way. I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, let's go back to Oh my god. Dude, I love your icons in this. I just said at the start of the stream, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. But the,
What the...
It's the police. The Vice Squad is here.
It just sounded like a drunk man outside your window going, "Arr!"
It might have been.
Vice Squad is here. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Lord, what is that smell? Did you step in something out there, Fordham?
Probably.
I like how they all react
I
to
mean,
it now.
technically.
I mean, this is a place that uses horses as their main mode of transportation. Yes, I will probably have stepped in something. So, can I go?
Miles, are you crazy? If you go
You have
wandering
to
around
ask
this
her
apartment-
for permission first.
Dang.
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes?
Can I see the smelly person? Smelly person? Mortuary access. Charles Harris. Yeah, okay, mortuary access.
Would it be possible for me to access the mortuary?
The mortuary? What for?
Well, the less you know, the better.
All right, but be careful. Make sure you don't let Snelling see you back there.
You know what would be really weird is if Captain Smelling actually didn't have a sense of smell. Like that was his, like that was his weird character trait.
That's it for now.
Better get.
I mean, I know he just nodded at that one, but I know Francisco's taking notes, like mentally. Yes. Oh, cool! He has glowing eyes. He's the Doom guy with IDDQD enabled.
A bit less so now that I'm quite the expert.
Oh my god!
Cleaning up some bit of that last corpse? Oh, Fordham, what brings you down here?
Voices in my head, mainly.
I was wondering if I could pick your brain.
Yes, of course. There's one in a jar over there, and I may have another one around.
Siren makes this a lot better somehow.
I know. It gets old, does it?
Anyway, let me know what you want to discuss. This fellow's not going anywhere.
He is indeed.
Drain.
I feel sorry for the poor slob who has to clean that out.
It's me. It's me who has to do that. Oh, so much to look at here. For some reason, I can't look at a medical, you know, like an anatomical diagram without thinking to that scene with Dr. Tentacle in Day of the Tentacle. Where the diagram of a human is just a stick figure.
Yeah.
I love that.
A fine example of well.
Oh, and it's upside down too, isn't it?
Latissimus dorsi.
Or is that Futurama?
Maximi.
Oh well, let's find out what Francisco's favorite exchange is.
Yes.
So ask him about the ashes.
I've got these human ashes from a crime scene.
Straight to the point. I knew I liked you for a reason, Fordham.
Steady on, we can make out somewhere else.
Desiree Lathan. She was a Gascon Grand Dame.
Oh, of course. I heard about that case. She was found burned in her home, wasn't she?
That's right.
I meant to go over there later today.
Well, then I suppose I've saved you the journey. Would you have a look at these?
Does this mean you're officially on the case?
Just like stealing ashes.
In fact, I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention I'd been here.
Ah, clandestine operation. Sneaking around under Snelling.
That's
I
just
don't
how
have
I
much of a
roll.
choice. Pretty much
nose.
persona non grata around here these days.
Well, you're always welcome in my mortuary. Preferably while still breathing, of course. Anyway, I'll just take those ashes off your hands. I'm sure your social life will soon improve.
Yes, I was making quite the impression.
This is an interesting choice of container.
It was either that or carry them around in my bare hands.
Well, I'm a bit busy right now, but I should have something for you within the next couple of hours. But you do realize the information won't be exclusive to you. I'll have to pass.
Oh, okay. Do your job if you must.
Naturally. That just gives me more of an incentive to work quickly.
All right, now leave and come back.
Thanks. That's all I needed to know for the moment.
I never found a better way to get around this, but yeah, you can just click on the map icon and come back, or the map button.
Oh, so that automatically loads a new screen. So when I go back to...
When you go back to the police station, now he'll have the ash analysis done.
Ah, it's one of those things. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that in Ramp It Up as well.
A couple of hours.
I hate that, but it was the only way I could think of doing it.
Yeah. I just put it in because I'm a shit, really. Just the, oh, the chickens need privacy. Okay, I'm going to scooch 5 feet over here and, whoop, boom, there goes an egg.
Yeah. I mean, ideally you would have gone and investigated something else in the meantime and then come back and it would have been plausible, but whatever.
Well,
have you had a chance to look at those ashes I gave you?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, there isn't much I can tell you.
Well, fuck you.
The victim burned to death at a very high temperature. These ashes are greasy and putrid because of liquefied fat from the body, which burned.
Tell me more.
As to what caused her to burn, I cannot say without more evidence. I'm sorry, Miles.
Damn it, I was so close
I
to
appreciate the information nonetheless.
solving the case, obviously, solving the case.
Go away empty-handed. Have a copy of my report. Maybe it will be of some use.
Have a copy of my report. It's completely blank.
Have a copy of my report. I just drew a stick figure. It's really all I
But
can...
now you have a document that confirms Miss Lathan's death.
Yes, I do. Was this your favorite exchange?
No.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, that would be pretty lame if that was my favorite exchange.
Could have been. And Summer is still somehow convinced I have an STD. That's not very nice of you, Summer.
You want to go to the attorney's office?
There you go. No, that's the university.
Nope.
No, that's the university with the button.
Although we could hang out. No, never mind.
No, never mind. We'll be back. Don't you worry, Gemini. Hello. I'm sorry I don't have any ashes on me, but I have this boring report instead.
Pardon, sir.
Yeah.
You could have shown him the ashes, actually, and it would have, he would have freaked out, and then you
Perhaps
wouldn't have been
Mr.
able
Usher
to
will
talk
see
to
me
the
when he
attorney.
sees this.
Really?
No? What's
Yeah.
that?
Jeez.
A report from Dr. Malcolm Edwards, the city coroner, confirming Miss Lathan's untimely demise.
Let me see that.
Summer says that I did ask someone to look at my dick early in the stream. Yes, I did!
Oh, that's right.
Didn't actually mean that, and I'm sorry I didn't read your first response. Sorry. I've like half an eye on the chat. Oh my god.
What is the meaning of this?
Sorry, Mr. Hughes, but
Private investigator.
you stop pissing in a bottle for 5 minutes and talk to someone?
Oh man, I should have totally decorated his room with bottles of...
You may go inside.
Thank you kindly.
It's just like milk bottles off in the corner with this. Like,
Yeah.
Let's just go. What are those? Best if you not ask. Oh my god, he has Morticia Adams on his wall.
Are you?
That's right.
Who's that?
Her face is melted.
Jonas Usher, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Who did you model that after?
So it would seem that Miss Lathan
I
shuffled
think
off
I
the
just
mortal
looked up,
coil, as
like,
it were.
I'm sorry to say that is indeed the
woman or
case.
something.
Okay, so I can make fun of her.
Come in, have
That's
a
what
seat.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Make yourself
Yeah, it's not a real...
I
It's
only
nobody I
ask
know.
that you kindly wash your hands in the basin first, and limit what you touch in here.
This one seems a bit on edge, doesn't it?
So let's go wash our hands and then immediately go feel him up.
Not necessarily in that order.
Actually, can we fuck him up by just not doing that? I would imagine we could.
No, he doesn't let you talk to him until you wash your hands.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Thank
I
you.
didn't think of all the
I appreciate your
possibilities.
No, of course not. And there are a lot of very nice ones. I can't wait to find them. Oh wait, he does pee in bottles.
Judging by how full these bottles are, Usher doesn't indulge much.
There you go. There's the subtext.
Yeah.
They're not actually liquor bottles. They're
Yeah.
just pee bottles.
We retconned this. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
And he has some serious medical issues.
Yeah, one of them is a bit red, but you know what? It's
And hopefully I have your answers.
afraid of germs, Munch.
Mr. Usher, I've noticed from your rules and habits that you seem to have a particular aversion to germs.
And yet you have a full beard. How weird is that?
I've been ill most of my life, Mr. Fordham. I was a sickly child, and unfortunately my condition hasn't improved with age. It's a miracle I'm still alive. That's why I'm so careful about exposing myself to germs.
I see.
Oh, but your voice is terrific.
Does it appeal to you?
Not particularly.
Did a lawnmower just go off?
This morning and
No, car
also, my
just
leg has been
goes
hurting more than usual, which has been
Are you
cause
watching
for
the stream in the
concern.
parking lot?
Now you've really done
No.
it, Miles.
Both.
I just live
Yes,
on a cul-de-sac,
well,
not
moving
a
on.
cul-de-sac, but I live on a dead-end street that loops around, so sometimes cars come in and go around.
Yeah, so why did the police go? This raises
Because
further
there's,
questions.
Like 2 buildings down from me, and I suspect a lot of old people live there, and they're always having heart attacks or falling down or something, so there's
Oh.
always ambulances coming by.
Oh, okay.
Not always, but sometimes.
Like pretty much every day.
Yeah. But also, yeah, this is Andy Schmelko again. I mentioned last time that he had some really good roles, and
What
this is
can
one
you
of my
tell me
favorite
about
ones of
Desiree
his.
Lathan?
Yeah.
She was a lovely woman. I'm saddened to hear of her unfortunate passing.
How long had you been her attorney?
She retained me some 10 years ago, I believe.
That's quite a
There's
long
that hint of a growl that keeps coming back,
gotten over about a
you know,
million
falling in and out of
Hadn't
the
been able to
voice,
work
which is...
in nearly a month.
Yeah, he kind of
I
sounds like
didn't
a
think I'd make it out
Muppet,
of
but I
that.
love it.
Luckily, things took a turn for the better. Miss Lathan came to see me, and I've served as her attorney ever since.
Would you say Miss Lathan is a wealthy woman?
Indeed, I would. Her estate is worth.
No, I'd say she's a dead woman.
Of course, you understand that this is confidential information, so I cannot tell you the exact amount.
Yes, of course.
Alright, so to speed this up, ask him about the will.
I just want to see, Vocabra in the chat says, if he were to join the voice chat, you would have sounds from a railway, a metro line, a recently opened highway, and some brawls outside the window.
Dude, come on
There's a
in!
letter in Miss Lathan's
Yeah.
bedroom,
Dude.
which mentions that she
All the more
recently
reason why we need to
changed
hear
her
it,
will.
man.
Could you tell me a bit more
And the
about
fights would be in
circumstances
Russian,
surrounding
too.
this change?
Ooh.
That's not an uncommon occurrence. People change their wills all the time. Relatives and friends fall in and out of favor constantly.
Had Miss Lathan made changes to her will previously?
No, this was the first time.
What change did she make exactly?
Just a change to her beneficiary.
It
Nothing
was
out of the ordinary.
me.
And when did this change occur?
Or maybe it was the
4 months
Tinfoil
ago,
Hat Club.
correctly. Yes, it was definitely in June.
Could be.
Because I'd been in bed with a nasty stomach flu at the end of May. That was no fun, let me tell you.
Please tell
I
me.
lost nearly 6 pounds from the constant trips to the WC. Couldn't keep a thing down, and whatever did stay down soon came out the
He may be a germaphobe, but he certainly has his
regrettably impossible.
societal intelligence about him. Okay, who's the beneficiary? Come on, spill it.
Who did Miss Lathan name as her new beneficiary?
Mr. Fordham, please. You know I couldn't possibly tell you.
Tell me or I'll lick your face.
Attorney-client.
You're not too far off.
Tell me or I'll sneeze on you.
Yes, that is my favorite exchange in this game.
Let's fucking do it.
Mr. Usher, if you don't tell me right now, I'm going to sneeze on you.
What?
I've been very sick.
Look at the Oz.
I feel a rather nasty sneeze coming on.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I?
Oh,
really
even animated the face and everything.
No.
Dambala.
Not if you don't tell me the name.
All right. It's Roger DeVay.
I need an address, Usher. I can only hold this sneeze back for so long.
775 Bubblechuck Place.
Oh my god, the actor just really gets into it.
There, see? That wasn't so hard.
You scoundrel.
Bravo.
You
Oh,
gave me a heart attack.
Round of applause to the voice actor as well. Holy Christ.
Yeah, Andy Schmelko, he's something else.
I mean, the way his voice just completely gave out there. 7-7!
Yeah.
That was amazing. All right.
Thank you for your help.
Off we scoot. The pleasure's all mine.
Come on.
Adventure game NPC short-term memory loss at work there.
Yeah.
Get out of here before you infect me, you maniac!
Thanks for your help.
All right, art studio. Yeah, DeVay residence. I imagine this is where we'll go, and not squirrel hunting.
You can, if you want to mess things up, I'd go to the DeVay residence first and talk to the guy there.
Absolutely.
He'll give you some ammo
That should
to
give us the
insult
wrong address. It
Roger
should be
with.
775, but there's no building here.
There kind of is. Hello, homeless man. Nice paintings.
Those aren't half bad. Too bad they
He's
aren't
trying to
finished.
fire Reed.
Keep the fire going.
Oh no.
Excuse me.
He's one of those artists.
Yeah.
Is this 775 Pumblechook Place?
Yeah, it would be if the building were still here.
I'm drinking whatever's in this
Ask you
barrel.
a few questions?
It hurts, but it gets me drunk. Oh god, Trenta says, I hope this isn't a rendition of where Grundislav lives. You know, you being an artist and all that.
My building is still standing for now.
That's good. Please don't spontaneously combust. Well,
I'll try my best not to.
Do you know Roger DeVay?
Know him? Of course I know him. He lives here with me.
He does?
Well, whenever he decides to come home, anyway. Rest of the time, I suspect he finds a way to sleep at his job. Me, I do the same, except I can't stand the smell of the horses.
also they kick you something
would have
vicious when you
places
sleep.
want to sleep.
Oh, so he works at the university, does he? Well, I suppose that makes sense with him always putting on airs the way he does. Probably best not to...
Why does everyone down on their luck in this game have a southern accent? Grundislav?
Yeah,
not everyone.
You wanna explain
does.
that there?
Not everyone does. All right, you don't need to talk to him anymore.
All right.
You can just go to the
Okay.
university now.
So basically all we need is...
Saying we ain't capable of making our dreams come true.
Again, that sounds more like the Gator Golf guy from Sam and Max than it does... I don't know. Maybe I'm just mischaracterizing all people from the South now.
They let go of his protective ankle wear.
Ah!
Protective ankle wear? Okay, shackles. That was one of the lines I was trying to remember, and it just came to me right now.
That's actually the best line he has. I remember that.
Yeah, it's his only memorable line.
We were supposed to go to the university?
University, yeah.
Yeah. Now we get to look at naked people.
Yeah, and you can ask him about his roommate, and he'll get pissed off.
Well, so much for modesty. Is it warm in here, or is it just me?
Ooh, let's go and find out. Please tell me you have a walkable area. Please tell. Oh, fuck you.
Also, is that Lucille Ball on the wall?
No.
Oh wait, it does look.
It kind of looks like a cross between her and the stepmother from Cinderella, doesn't it?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you Roger DeVay?
I am.
Miles.
No, he's Mr. Rogers.
I have some questions for you if you aren't too busy.
Will this take long? This isn't exactly the best time.
I know you're poor. Ha 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 ha.
Quickly.
See, he's down on his luck, and he doesn't have a southern accent.
No, but he's faking it, you see. Once we start pissing him off, he's going, "Ah, you dirty, rotten son of a bitch!"
That would have been fun, but no.
Herman.
Oh, Dorinda wants to know if you are the model.
You're talking about Mr. Ford.
I am not. I
have
the model.
no roommates.
Press further. Mm-hmm.
Really? You don't live at 775 Pumblechook Place in a rather cozy hovel?
How dare you, sir? I've done nothing to deserve
Cozy hovel.
I would appreciate
Basically, there's just a tent with all the walls missing.
Herman wasn't kidding about this one being proud.
Press further. Press further. No. I guess we can't have a look in this cabinet.
But it probably only contains more art supplies we don't care about.
So we basically just, I don't know, pissed this guy off forever.
Yeah, so the only thing you're going to be able to do now is follow up with Mrs. Squirrel.
We haven't seen her either.
Nice house. It definitely screams eccentric person lives here. Speaking of which,
even if we followed up all the leads and we went back to Cupton, we could. I mean, we can accuse just about anyone that we've come into contact with. It's up to the player, right? It's not like Miles is going to go, you know what? We followed a lot of leads, and I'm absolutely sure that it is this person. I mean, it is up to the player, right?
Well, it's up to the player in the sense that you have to gather enough evidence to have a plausible accusation against someone, and that's when they get added as a suspect to your casebook. And if you close off all your leads, that's when you're able to declare the case unsolvable. It's not like you can just say, oh, I think it was so-and-so from this just because he's a character I met.
Oh, but if you sort of rule out a suspect, it's not like the game rules it out for you. I mean, there can be multiple plausible suspects, but one is just more plausible than the others. Am I...
Right.
All right.
Right.
So you do get
like
a
it's
list.
Entirely possible. Yeah, it's entirely possible to follow every single lead in every single case and have a list of suspects at the end, and then you have to choose which one you want to accuse.
Mm. But the option to declare it unsolvable is not there unless you have truly and utterly buried yourself.
Yeah, initially I had it available from the very beginning, but I figured that wouldn't be as fun because you could just theoretically say, I give up, and like speed run through the thing. So I changed it so that it was only if you truly mess everything up.
So people getting stuck in Lamplight City are now stuck irreparably. Because they can't advance. They can't just go, you know what, this case doesn't interest me in the slightest. I can't even kick the squirrel. What kind of game is this? The case is unsolvable.
Well, I mean, it's not like
how anyone can find them in
Dead Man Walking Sierra. You can't proceed. You just have to accuse. You have to just gather enough evidence. Like right now, you've locked out 2 of your leads, but you still have 1 available. So you have to follow through with that lead in order to be able to solve this case.
And I have to actually fuck this up in order to get to the unsolvable part.
Right,
but
you've reached a point in this lead where you can't. There's no other way that you can fuck it up. So you're gonna have to follow through with this lead.
Guess that explains why
in order
squirrels are
to
so
proceed.
Well, I could just leave, right?
Well, I mean, you could, but nothing's gonna happen until you solve this particular lead.
Oh, so he won't even tell.
You can't move on to case 4 until you accuse this suspect that you will get by investigating this lead.
All right, so we'll run through this.
And who was that?
Miserable.
Interesting beehive hair.
Going out and getting
you only have to like
so-called
ask her a couple of things
socialite
and then do a couple of other things, and then you can accuse her and move on. But I mean, how much over are you gonna go? Because it's already 17 past.
Well, if you say it's right around the corner, then I am going to go and fuck this one. I mean, if fucking it up is right after this conversation, then shit, that's not gonna...
It's not right after this conversation. There's like 2 other things you have to do. And then there's some like drama that happens. So I would say if you're already running over, you might want to save and end here, and then start your next stream. Because case 4 is actually really easy to mess up pretty early on too, so it won't take as long as this one.
Surrounding the death
Okay, you know what?
Read in the paper that
The man, the myth, the legend is making some very good arguments here.
No idea how that may have happened.
I already told you she was drunk. Maybe she
I
came home
do
flustered
want to
and decided
point
smoke
out
in bed.
just how awesome this person's hair is.
That woman got around.
Did you look at a ball of yarn and just go, that's an interesting case study, I wonder if I can attach it to a person's head?
No, I looked at a lady who actually had that hairstyle.
Wow.
It's kind of impressive.
It is.
Do you have any hobbies or pastimes, Mrs. Andrews?
Other than feeding street rats.
I do a bit of knitting and I take care of my pets.
Jesus Christ, Macabre in the chat!
Oh,
That is some fierce fucking hair.
love animals.
That is
a lot of nuts in that hair.
That has got to be a Photoshop.
Is that right?
Well,
Oh,
consider this, Mr.
he linked a
Animals can't
picture I haven't
betray
seen.
you or lie.
Uh-oh, I don't like where this
Holy
is going.
shit.
Very little
It's pretty
companions
impressive.
would never
It kind of is.
Unlike several humans I could name.
Who are these companions?
Iaponic says that's like the fundamentalist polygamist cult hairdo.
Yeah, kind of is, isn't it?
Your squirrel friends are quite tame.
Oh, aren't they just the sweetest?
She does have kind of a evil stepmom vibe around her.
Come up and put their little paws on my hands as though they were giving me
Little squirrel hugs. How many tetanus shots has this woman gone through? My God.
I can almost hear them say, "Thank you for the nuts."
She said that exactly like I wanted her to.
Not some rabbit swirls.
Thank you for the nuts. That's how I end all my conjugal visits.
Oh dear.
Tell me about your cats.
With my prison boyfriend, obviously. My wife is not in jail.
Pets?
Afraid not. My wife.
They haven't caught her yet.
Picking up after animals.
Pity. Cats make wonderful pets.
They do.
Good company and are
People who keep dogs are weird. Oh, excuse me, Gemini.
dogs. And are my pride and joy. I give them
Yes, that's how I got the STD summer. You've rumbled me.
unconditional love.
That's delightful.
Backing away
I
slowly.
used to have a wonderful cat named Tobias, but he had an unfortunate accident.
He realized his name was Tobias and ran in front of a car.
Two angels out of the house.
They didn't have cars.
Oh, I mean, horse and carriage.
What happened?
Which takes extra effort, really. So, kudos on that.
I'd really rather not talk about
I'm
that.
sorry to everyone who's actually named Tobias.
Finest hour. Let's just say it was an honest misunderstanding which got blown.
It's a person's name. It's not a cat's name. You don't name your cat
I hate when people
Tobias.
tease gossip and don't deliver.
Name your cat Poopy Face.
Trolls.
And South.
Enlightening.
I'm gonna name, if I ever get another cat, I'm gonna call it Trolls Climber, the Space Quest historian. That's gonna be his full name.
That's actually very, very
I'm gonna actually name it Trolls Climber. I'm gonna make it everyone pronounce it that way.
Alright. Well, we are going to follow the sage advice of the man who names pets after losers and go to the title menu. Gemini just disconnects in a huff. Why?
I'm also gonna disconnect in a huff, except I can't because... Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Yes, I can.
because...
There
we go. And everyone's disconnecting. I just want to look up a person from grade school, and let's just get this out of the way right now. Astonishingly, I was not a very popular person in grade school, but one of my classmates actually named a fish after me, and I can't remember what the fish is called in English, so I'm actually looking up a translation of it. Please have a normal translation.
Was it Tobias the fish?
It was not Tobias. Well, it was Trolls the fish, but the problem was that the actual fish was just. I mean, she had an aquarium full of beautiful fish, like little tiny fish, big colorful fish, and then there was one shit-colored, wriggly old piece of garbage, and that thing was called Trolls. So,
I see.
Yeah, she was a wonderful person. I hated her. It's sorry, the English name is really weird. I'm gonna have to type it in the chat. It's a Loricaridae.
What?
There's gotta be more of a colloquial name for this thing.
Oh.
And I'm gonna try and find a picture of it.
Is that?
Yeah. Here you go. This
is that a proper name, or is that the classification name?
I mean, that's
that's
the name.
I guess that's the classification.
The armored catfish says Wikipedia.
Copy image address. Let's see if that. Oh, you're gonna get a shitty URL here, but yeah, this is the fucking beast.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's
beautiful.
That's a fish, all right.
It just looks like it got beaten in the head repeatedly with a frying pan and left for dead. So yeah, some bitch in grade school named me after one of these. Named one of these after me, actually. So,
well then.
I'm sure she grew up to be a lovely person, but she sure wasn't back then. Anyway,
what if she's dead right now?
Then we shall honor her memory with this anecdote.
Okay then.
And tip our hats to that. Cool. Right. So, well, anyway, thank you guys so much again for joining me in the voice chat. I am having so much fun with this. Brilliant.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Welcome back, Pickle Dog. By the way, I know apparently connecting to these streams with the voice chat is giving you no shortage of technical grief. So I'm always happy when it seems to come through for you.
Yeah, it's I don't know. My computer hates me, I guess.
Well, I know that feeling. And Gemini, of course, a staple at this point, I should say. Always enjoy chatting and playing games and being crass and offensive with you. It's a highlight, sir.
Always a pleasure hanging out.
And of course, the artist himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Grundislav Games. Thank you so much for letting us shit all over your game.
Thank you very much for playing my game.
I don't think your sales are going to pick up from this. It's just a hunch.
Well, they would if everyone in the chat went and bought the game right now. Available on Steam, GOG, and...
Oh, you just... I was going to say that. I was going to run with it. Yes, you can pick up Grundislav game right now. If I was a proper announcer, I could even say that properly. Yes, it is available on Humble GOG and Steam, and there is even a link in the description of the YouTube video of this.
Well, there's people in the chat that are saying, I already bought it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Buy it for someone else.
Yes, now that you've already done him a massive favor, go and do him another.
Do me another one. Yeah, no. What was I gonna say? Oh, you should do your Gary Owens impersonation as an advertisement for my for Lamplight City.
Do I have a Gary Owens imitation impersonation?
I don't know. Don't you?
I think I just sort of. I don't know.
He's too cool to talk to you.
If you enjoy the game that you've seen on this stream, please go to Steam, GOG, and Humble to buy it now.
All three.
All three.
Yeah.
There you go. Buy it once on each.
That was not Gary Owens, but I tried.
We hope you enjoyed playing Lamplight City. Thank you. You've been a real pantload. Yes. This is not going well. This is the worst outro I've done so far. And I've done a lot of shitty outros. And I'll
sounds like your hiney after it's been chewed out by your boss.
And I'll see you around the shit smear. No. Thank you all of you for joining me in the voice chat. Thank you all of you for joining me in the text chat. And, well, just thank you for existing, really. You make life so much less shitty. So that's it. And please remember to stop by, if you can, on Saturday, next Saturday, where I will be streaming for the benefit of Scott Murphy's hopefully cancer-free prostate. And that is happening at 9 p.m. CEST. Please go to the address I'm typing in the chat right now. That is, why do I have such a long URL? What's wrong with me? Space SQ Olympics 2018. There we go. Go check that out. That has all the deets. Well, sort of. Some of the deets. The important ones, anyway, of what is happening. And you can also go to GoFundMe.com/help-for-Scott-Murphy. I should put that in the chat as well. And help the guy out. Help Scott Murphy. I type fast, I promise. There we go. And that is happening. So, and if you are unable to attend, but you want to wish the dude a happy birthday, maybe that's a thing you want to do, then you can just send me a video of you saying happy birthday to one of the guys from Andromeda, Scott Murphy, him fucking self, and I will play that during the stream. Well, within reason, of course. If you do the Ace Ventura thing and, you know, drop your pants and let your butt cheeks do the talking, I may blur it. Key phrase being may, you could do that tastefully, of course. I just realized I just opened myself up for like 16 videos of people's asses.
Way to go. Now you've given us the idea.
To be fair, Ace Ventura never dropped his pants.
He did not. No. So, I mean, if you did it with your pants on, I'll play it.
A wild macabre draws near.
Would still hug.
Well, he's been trying to.
Oh, is he trying to connect in the voice chat? Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He's probably going to play some weird
They have no microphone, though.
No, they don't let people have microphones in Soviet Russia. Sadly. It's sort of a rule. Anyway, gross mischaracterizations of entire, consonants aside, thank you so much for watching this, and I am off for a well-deserved... Me and my hideous shirt are off for a well-deserved shower. Yes, I will shower in this shirt. And until then, I'll see you around the Corona stream. Waving politely for about 5 or 10 minutes so that the VOD doesn't cut me off.